off the third. Baby, it's like a toy. Snow coming out the window, and I stole you sitting there sometimes. Every day up in the distance, it's got me reminiscing on a good time. Yeah, I'm turning over and I'm driving. That's right, I'm hitting 53 good times. Thank y'all so much. I got time for one more. Yeah, you do. It's hotter than Salisbury. So thank y'all so much one more time for coming tonight. Y'all give it up for the Grand Theater for letting us throw this here. Woo! Y'all give it up for Rick and Betty Biggie and all my brothers over here on this rack. Do this together. Woo! You got something to say? I think I got one more song for y'all. Should I play one of mine or play one y'all know? One of yours. All right, y'all. I'll play this last one. This is one that me and a buddy of mine wrote a couple years back. It's going to be coming out this year. This song was written about a man that died in a pickup truck, and it was written from the point of view of his son, which is one of my friends. And this song we worked really hard on. You know, this is called High Sierra. So keep your eye out for it. It's one that means the world to me. So hopefully it's a little different playing it without a band tonight. So I'm gonna try to give you all the best representation I can. It's hard now. All I can remember is when I first laid my eyes. Square body from Detroit, pulling up our dirt. My daddy worked hard, saved a few bucks. He went downtown with the tour. I remember thinking, man, that thing was so well. Seen that in a movie and then magazine on shit. That there was the first time I ever seen one for myself. It was a time here between us boys right. Then it got more brand new. And I take it tonight. Hey, cause these hands say that cash at the time all day right. You got a high Sierra 15 on the drive. It wasn't but a couple years. I was 18 having my first beer. Wouldn't let me keep it overnight, so it'd be there when you woke up. I still remember riding around that little town with the windows down. We were living in it, just living on gas and fire. Oh, I came home from school one day, walked back around the drive, and sitting there in the front, couldn't believe my eyes. Oh, it was I see her, 15 on the four-wheel drive. Then it got me on brand new in 1985. And I'm pulling my ass, take my cash till I finally made it mine. I got a high Sierra 15 on a full truck. I heard that telephone ring one night about 2 or 3 a.m. My mama's afraid, girl, you better get here fast as you can. First time I ever seen her was that night we took the ride down River Road, came around the curve, saw the ride. It was that high Sierra 15 on a four-wheel drive. Same truck took my heart, took my daddy's life. All you have to win to try to get to him all the time. All right, little technical difficulty, but we are good. What do you guys think of Brandon Hart? Tell me, I met him a couple years ago at actually a Clackamas County event. We were doing sound over there, and the guy's just got so much talent bleeding out of him that he's got so much. I just couldn't help but get behind him. I just love it. I love his message. He's a very high Christian man, God-fearing, and we love that. So we want to amplify him and boost him up. If you guys want to find him, you can find him at Instagram. He's at Heart Music. Make sure to check him out. But first, can I get this mic hot here? This blue one? All right. It's my favorite. First of all, I want to welcome you guys again for coming out. I really appreciate it. Every single one of you is going to make a difference. Every single one of you has an opportunity right now to get involved in the elections. If you aren't registered as a Republican right now is the most important time to do it. It's that vote that's going to make a difference. There's a lot of pressure happening on the federal side of things that hopefully we're able to push things to get rid of the mail-in voting and all the other nonsense that we don't need. If we get rid of that, if we get rid of it, do you know how much the scales are going to be tipped in our favor? We're going to have a supermajority in the House and the Senate, and we will have a Republican governor. I guarantee it. And right now is the moment that we will have that. I believe it. And these candidates and these people, I believe that they believe that too. And so that's what we're here for, and that's what we're here to do. But first, we have to give our graces to America. Is there a Susie White in the house? Susie White? Give a round of applause for Susie White, everybody. It's the no warnings that are the good warnings, right? You can use this one. We get a little more gain in there. All right, if we can all stand for the national anthem. Corey, thank you. All right, maybe dim the lights a little bit. Take it away, Susie. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous light o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Susie. It's amazing. Shed a little tear. Okay, we got a lot of great speakers tonight. Our first one is I'm really excited for. Very fascinating guy. In case you guys don't know him, his name is Tom Hatsis. He's a fellow Portland native. Very, has a long bio. I can't talk about the whole thing, but the most important thing that I wanted to highlight is this past summer, Hatz is made known for that he was not on board with the gender ideology, and the mob came. What an interesting thing to stand for is Open Mic had to cease his community, was attacked. They were coming after his business. It was destroyed, including one act of arson, and everything that he had built since 2018 was suddenly gone. And don't we all have a lot of these stories? Isn't that something that I believe is what has almost created a fear campaign for us as Republicans? We're scared to speak out. We're scared to have a voice. We're scared to get involved. We're scared to be seen on cameras. And this group here is not scared. These people are tried, true, tested. I believe Oregon is one of the biggest battlegrounds in the entire country. We face the biggest uphill battle ever. And I think that we're also going to be seeing the biggest victory that we've ever seen this coming November. Now he spends his time raising awareness about deceptive tactics leftists use to push an agenda that nobody wants. Everybody give a round of applause for Tom Hatches. Let's go. Hello. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm Italian from New York. I know you can hear me. I also just wanted to say a quick thank you to Brandon Hart. That was the first time in my life I ever unironically said, "Let's go, Brandon." Thank you all so much for being here tonight, and thank you to Kristen for being not only my Instagram collab friend, but for inviting me and introducing me to Joshua, and to Joshua for putting me on stage. It means the world to me to get to speak to all of you tonight. Although he was wrong, I'm not actually an Oregon native. The first time I came to Oregon specifically was in 2007. I came for a roller derby tournament. It was the most beautiful city I had ever seen. It satisfied 15-year-old me and reinvigorated that kind of wisdom that's only known in childhood, but we tend to lose it over time. I know you guys, you know what I'm talking about, okay? That sense of enchantment, like that anything is possible, which it tends to fade as we get older and we realize that life is just slightly more complicated than math tests and double dates. My only regret was that I waited until 2014 to move here. And let me tell you, when I finally did, I had never met friendlier people. I had never seen cleaner streets. I had never been happier to call a place home in my entire life. And all I wanted to do was contribute to that city, to Portland, to the culture, the art, the music, the pulse of that city. I wanted to do what I could for it. And so I started a nonprofit called Sanctum that worked to make psychedelic assisted therapy affordable. And just so that there's no confusion, I know that there's a lot of conservatives in the room. We have known that psychedelic therapy counteracts depression, PTSD, anxiety, depression, all that stuff since the 1950s. So if you don't agree with me, that's fine. You're just wrong. Anyway, that 15-year-old me, that 15-year-old excitement that anything is possible flooded back through my system. And I worked tirelessly to make psychedelic assisted therapy affordable so that anyone could benefit from it. From our brave soldiers, our veterans, our first responders, and people that are just could use it because they're suffering from all kinds of maladies, whether they be drug addictions or mental health issues. Look, you don't have to agree with me, but the science is there, the history is there, and the success rates are undeniable. And so I created a weekly open mic that Joshua had mentioned as part of our nonprofit offerings. It grew into the largest open mic in the history of Portland. Sometimes it takes a New Yorker. For 7 years it lasted, it was a place where anyone, no matter her or his opinion, My business partner and I created a thrift store that was the first thrift store of its kind to raise money for psychedelic assistance. That combat was overseas or the combat in the streets.
I had to take my
which
case
our
off the
brave
microphone
police
before.
officers deal with every single day. And so we worked ourselves to the bone. We operated a thrift store 6 days a week while hosting a weekly open mic that itself was 5 or 6 hours. So it was like a second job. Monthly integration circles, a bi-monthly speaker series,
Can you hear me better
monthly
now?
speaker series as well, organized 2 3-day conferences, as well as providing an event space for countless organizations, requiring us to put in hundreds of unpaid hours on top of the thousands of unpaid volunteer hours we had already put into our own organization. And everything was going great. We were exhausted, but we were winning. We saved, helped, or otherwise changed countless lives for the better. People struggling with addiction came to our open mic just to get and stay clean. We were absolutely loved by the larger Portland art and healing communities. One person said that our open mic was a drug recovery group disguised as an open mic. And she was right. That's exactly what it was. And it was working. And then, oh, hold on. And then I committed a sin. And not just any sin, my fellow Oregonians, this was like the most egregious sin a person could ever commit. Did I murder someone? No. SA? Of course not. No, what I did was I pointed out that non-binary is a fashion trend, which it is, and that gender ideology mutilates children, which it does.
Yes, it does.
Now, besides mountains of evidence that proves me right, as Joshua said, the mob came for me.
Yep.
My community was torn apart. My open mic was destroyed. My business had to close. I lost everything that 15-year-old me had built. I got death threats. I got arson threats. I'm still not allowed to go anywhere in Portland. Like, this is the first time I've been in public since last June.
Wow.
People who I dedicated my life to helping suddenly pretended they didn't even know who I was. Even the ones who agreed with me. No, it was just not socially wise to associate with me at all.
God bless you, bro.
Thank you. I gave my blood, sweat, some hairs, hours, and life to building the largest addiction recovery machine the city had ever seen. And I did it with art, music, and the magic of God's medicine. It grows on cow shit, by the way, which is the ultimate proof of God's existence. Life and consciousness grown from immaterial matter. What a miracle. I had to watch everything I built die because I do not bow to the stupidest idea I've ever heard, which is gender ideology.
Yep. Based.
And that's in a strong field alongside postmodernism, Marxism, and Satanism, by the way. Still the dumbest of all those, because it takes all of those to create this one. Anyway, I'm just here to say that there's a reason I haven't packed my bags and left. And it's because I still believe in Oregon.
Yep.
You see, I owe it to my 15-year-old self to stay here and say, fuck you.
Yes. Yes.
If you cannot yet tell by the atrocious noise that comes out of my mouth, I am an Italian from New York. And you see, over in New York, every kid had their West Coast dream, right? And all my friends had their California dream. Scenes of sun and surf, beefcakes and Speedos, beauties and bikinis, right? Not me. Mine was an Oregon dream. And it still is.
Kitten
And I
Duo, thank
invite
you for
all
the
to
membership.
celebrate with me because I believe that we are witnessing the return of that Oregon dream. That dream, it's the Oregon I first experienced when I got here. Clean streets and friendly neighbors, low crime and healthy minds. While I did grow up in New York, I am absolutely an Oregonian today, and I can prove it. I'm going to prove to you all right now if anybody doesn't believe me. You see, in New York, rain is just another pain in the ass. Everything in New York is a pain in the ass. Now you add rain to it, now it's an even bigger pain in the ass. So I despised it. I hated the rain. But somewhere along the way, I started to love the rain. I fell in love with the rain of Oregon because I noticed something. Obviously, rain falls, it falls everywhere, right? But here, the rain rejuvenates. It doesn't just
He must not have a motorcycle.
love it. It's not so much rain as it's medicine running through the catheter of our beautiful natural landscapes, dripping into the veins of Oregon. And if we let it, if we all in this room and all the people outside this room, if we let it, it can heal us and it can heal our state. It can heal the Oregon that's in all of our hearts. You see, unlike my New York friends, I eschewed Southern California because my West Coast dream, it wasn't about plastic, la la land, perfection, none of that. It was about possibility. And I think that possibility is still here. So, despite the death threats, despite somebody setting fire to my porch, I'm staying. You will not chase me out of this state that I love. I am an Oregonian and I'm not going anywhere because I believe this place is worth saving. And I know that you all do too. And if you don't agree with me, then you're just wrong again. And that's okay.
That's why they call us the
You
right.
too? Let's all bring back the Oregon dream because I'm telling you right now, there's a 15-year-old me out there somewhere that is counting on us. You free your mind by using your brain. Peace.
Is he running for governor? Is he running for governor? No? I was gonna say maybe I'll vote for him. No. He was pretty base even for how he was dressed.
You doing, Tommy?
Good. How you doing?
Good to see you, brother.
You too.
Thanks for coming.
Yep, of course. Anytime I can, I will.
I don't think we've ever been anywhere together. We were thinking Republican.
Yeah, it's always something Republican. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. This is way better.
Yeah.
You know. Cut loose. My case wouldn't let me plug the thing in. That's why my audio was so bad. It wouldn't go in all the way. I need to get an extension. Is that Great Bovino? No. Yeah, we're in Salem.
All right, all right.
Shout out to Climatics and everybody.
Politicians are just like herding cats sometimes, I'll tell you what. So, but this politician is no cat. This guy is a fighter. He's an 8th generation Oregonian. It ain't Rip, it's Trip. Give a round of applause for Dietrich. Come on.
Huh? Robert? What, she's here?
When Kristen and Terry called me this morning and said, hey, you gotta come out here. You cannot say no.
That's not Rebel. She's in DC.
Strong mothers who are conservatives. So,
Wait, maybe-
especially they told me to wear this. I was like, okay, of course you show up. I didn't know Brandon was gonna be here wearing the same thing. That could be make me look bad. A little bit about myself. People know me from my family, but you know, everywhere I look around in the state and this town, you can see footsteps of my ancestors. But that isn't who I am. I've gone and left Oregon, seen the world, studied mainly, started businesses,
It is Rebel.
grown businesses, grown.
I said, hey, look to your left with my other number.
And the state really means a lot to me. And see the direction it's going. Because, well, that's why I'm running for office. Because we need less career politicians. People who come from the private sector. Who know how to create entrepreneurship. So how to stimulate growth in the state, because these career politicians, it's more the same. We can't be continuing on the same path expecting a different answer.
Amen.
So, but
Yes, sir.
now, last night, I was lying down in bed and had a lot going through my head. You ever, sometimes you got a million things racing through your head and you just can't sleep, but you force yourself to just lay that head down. And it's business issues I had to deal with today and personal issues and then what was I gonna say today? So I think God came to me and he said to me, presented to me two things, hope and faith. Now, hope in this state. Well, I see people in here in this room who still have hope. Thank God, I do too. I have hope in this state.
We wouldn't be here if we didn't.
People have been living
Yeah.
in this state. My family,
Yeah.
friends lost hope. And reasonably so. What's been happening in Salem has been ruining our state. And they'd rather go and try over than have to fight the fight here. But faith is different. Faith is realizing that even though God has put challenges in front of you, he's leading you in the right direction. You might think that he's left you, but he's the one carrying you at that time. And I have faith that we can bring this state back. But it's with people, it's with a different type of government politician. And I see all these people that are running for office, which right now is an exciting time. I love this right now. Because I started running back in almost a year ago, and now things get real.
I think everybody here knows.
I got the grit for it all. And I hope I do, and I think I do. I think the state needs a politician like me to come into Salem and start cleaning up along, not just running for Senate. We have governors that are the governor candidates right now. We have a lot of great ones too. So faith, I'm hoping. So with your support, your faith,
TWAN.
we can instill some hope and bring back the state to what it used to be. My name's Trip Dietrich, and I'm fighting for the future of Oregon.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Giddy up. In the USA. Born in the USA.
All right. That was awesome. Trip's awesome. I've had a great time getting to know him back there. It's been.
I need to write his name down.
So we got another candidate here, Jonathan Lockwood. He's a constitutional conservative that the primary campaign for CD5 going up against Janelle Bynum.
Nope.
He's
I haven't had a
candidate
single drink yet.
who has what it takes to defeat Janelle Bynum in this November and has support from all over the state, even outside of his district rooting for him. Let's welcome Jonathan Lockwood.
Yeah. I think I know how to ride my bike pretty well already.
We'll say the majority party. Stop saying.
Yeah.
Right. Words are what we create. We are
Whoa.
gathered here today because we are on fire for an organ revival, and we will get it this year.
Yes.
We are done watching radical Marxists like Tina Kotek, Janelle Bynum, and their collaborators, even on our own side of the aisle,
Yeah, we are.
turn the greatest state in America into a fentanyl-soaked, open border, baby-killing, election-stealing socialist sewer.
Yeah.
I am so sick of seeing Janelle Bynum get away with calling American ICE heroes goons and state-sponsored terrorists, while jihadists openly plot to slaughter us with knives and hammers in grocery stores. I am not here to play nice.
Yeah.
I love Lori DeReamer. I work for her, but I am not going to be as nice as she was to Janelle Bynum.
No. Good. We need it.
My name is Jonathan Michelangelo Lockwood. I am also an Italian, bringing some fire to Oregon,
Yeah.
but I'm not from New York. I am from Denver. I am a battle-hardened fighter for Oregon's 5th Congressional District, who's already annihilated leftist bills across the country.
Yeah.
Before law school, I had a 15-year public relations career where I served as a press secretary for 28 House Republicans, communications director for numerous campaigns that were successful, as an executive director of multiple nonprofits and private sector organizations.
I don't care if he's gay as long as he's effective.
For leading voices in Oregon's political systems, by the way, who are actually conservative, 2 who ran for Secretary of State. I did my undergrad in journalism and went to Georgetown University, the #1 public relations program in the country, before going to Santa Clara University School of Law. While I was there, I attended the University of Cambridge and Leiden University in the Netherlands, studying international law. I completed, among these degrees and jobs, I don't sleep a lot, 4 fellowships with top conservative organizations, including the American Legislative Exchange Council, that helps do modest
It's a man.
for conservatives in every state legislature. I also sit on the National Board of Policy Advisors for the conservative think tank, the Heartland Institute, based in Illinois.
Wrestler is awesome.
Well-trained, strongly equipped, and proven communications and policy force. Democrats don't really like me in Salem, and they're really not going to like me in Washington, D.C.
Let's go.
A key contrast in primary is that I helped kill HB 3063, the demonic Forcible Injections Act that would have forced our innocent children to take over 30 vaccines without a parent's consent, without parental consent.
Yes. Yes. Went from like 7 to 30.
This
Crazy.
radical schedule that people are forced to adhere to, mostly because insurance companies don't want to pay all the copays and so on. Even if you are pro-vaccine, this bill is very extreme. I worked with the Slavic community. They really hadn't had an entry point into Oregon politics, and they gifted me a Matryoshka doll with a beautiful letter, and I got letters from hundreds of kids across the state and parents who thanked me for helping kill that bill. The issue, though, is that I stood with real conservatives to stop the biggest tax hikes in Oregon history, defeat anti-gun tyranny, and protect medical freedom from the Kate Brown lockdown cult. But tonight we face an even bigger betrayal inside of our own ranks. Janelle Bynum is a radical extremist who personally voted yes on Measure 110, the blood-soaked law that decriminalized fentanyl and hard drugs, turning Portland into a zombie apocalypse and flooding our streets with dead Oregonians. She called it a hard toss-up, but backed it anyway. Then had the audacity to flip-flop and pretend she fixed it after the bodies piled up. I have spoken to a lot of grandparents in my district who are raising their grandchildren because their children died before them. This woman,
What he's saying makes sense.
border security funding, murder money. Scream, this isn't law enforcement, it's state-sponsored terrorism. Get your goons out of here and get to stepping. She equated ICE agents doing their constitutional duty to the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, her own party's legacy, comparing American law killers and terrorists to slave catchers. She voted against protecting women's and girls' sports, calling this a green light to bullies and perverts.
bullshit.
keeping biological males out of our daughters' locker rooms and showers. She voted against the SAVE Act, the Save America Act, against real rape survivor justice, and against every common sense measure to secure our elections. And who does the weak-kneed GOP think they're going to throw up against her? Patty Adair, the Deschutes County Rhino Commissioner who voted to raise property taxes on hardworking Oregonian families, gave herself, a retired Malibu mansion lady, a $14,000 salary hike while turning Deschutes County into Malibu North for rich Californians. She even bragged about it, saying that the #1 job that she felt that she was proud of was turning Deschutes County into a destination resort for Malibu residents in California. And she bragged that Deschutes is the #1 feeder county into Deschutes. Well, she also admitted at a recent campaign stop, the one that she was actually present with me at, that she can't run and win in Deschutes because it's got so blue, that no Republican can run there and win. So now she's decided to go up against Janelle Bynum. But she supported HB 3063, the vaccine nightmare that I helped destroy. She backed Kate Brown's tyrannical lockdowns.
Chocolate covered gummy bears are amazing.
Communism.
Chocolate covered cinnamon gummy bears.
She's pro-tax, pro-vax, and pro-mask, and too spineless to even stand next to me at a conservative event. We also know that during COVID, the lockdown money didn't just fund businesses with these loans they never had to pay back. It also funded sex workers, prostitutes, and traffickers in Portland. They received grants. One organization had 75 sex workers. So while I was unemployed, starting the pandemic, looking for new contracts, great time to be doing that, and having to tap into my retirement to get by, people like that were getting money. People that were working were getting unemployment. We had in multiple states, $1 billion missing in unemployment funds. The total amount of money in Minnesota that has been fraudulently given out to these Somalians
Disgusting.
totals more than the amount of money about 2 weeks ago that we spent on Iran. Stand up to Janelle Bynum. And nominating her would be suicide for the most flippable seat in Oregon. We cannot allow
Blair White. I'm at it's Blair
to
White.
keep importing jihadists, defending drug decriminalization, and attacking our God-given rights. Right now in 2026, ISIS-inspired savages are still plotting to butcher us on American soil. The FBI just stopped an 18-year-old in North Carolina planning a knife and hammer jihad massacre at a grocery store and fast food joint, pledging allegiance to ISIS while our southern border remains a highway for terrorists and military-aged males. They thwarted bombings in California and New York. Yet Bynum calls the men stopping this racists and terrorists themselves. Enough. Here's the non-negotiables that we will have in the office of a Congressman, Jonathan Lockwood. Deport every last illegal alien. No amnesty, no extra relief.
Let's go.
Sanctuary city, mass deportations, criminals, terrorists, and traffickers first. Secure the border with walls, troops, and shoot to kill authority against invaders.
Yes.
And vote by mail forever.
Yes.
I fought this since 2011.
I like this guy.
800,000 ineligible voters on the rolls. Ballots delivered like DoorDash. This is how Democrats rig elections. Proof of citizenship, in-person voting only. Same-day counting, paper ballots, voter ID, and felony prison for fraud.
Yes.
No more stolen elections.
No. Too big to rig.
And there is case law that even talks about people having to forfeit their election if even just one vote was stolen. Because our security in our elections and voter trust in the system is actually more important than voter intent. So even if it doesn't change the outcome of the election, it is still an issue. And that took me studying law to come to terms with, because I bought into, oh, well, if it's only 12 votes that were stolen and the election didn't change, why are we gonna like burn the house down about that?
One is too
and
many.
die on the hill? But we should. and we must.
One is too
And we
many.
will.
Yeah.
The- But we also must protect the unborn,
Yes.
like the innocent lives they are. Total ban on late-term and sex-selective abortions, defunding Planned Parenthood, and recognizing life at conception. No more child sacrifice to the Democrat death cult.
Yes.
They have been trafficking.
I got the chills.
And when I was at the
I
Oregon
got the chills.
legislature, Democrat Senator Elizabeth Steiner Hayward literally cornered me on the Senate floor, smacked her hand across the wall like a psycho, all googly-eyed like those kids glue on
SSRIs.
roll around. She looked deranged.
SSRIs.
Why were illegal aliens included in this bill? And she slammed her hand against the wall and she said, because they came here to work.
To be slaves?
She sounds an awful lot like Kate Brown, who said, these are the people who pick our grapes and mow our lawns. We have to keep them here.
Yeah.
Again, his work.
And that's exactly,
Yeah.
they consider trafficking sex work. You know, they've sanitized all these things. It's disgusting. But we also have to defend Title IX and real women.
Yes. Yes. I like this dude.
I don't
Oh shit.
prepared. There are children just like I was when I was 5 years old that weren't roughhousing like the other boys, who are now being ushered into this twisted and demented and exploitative, pharma-backed, psychiatry-backed, and medical establishment-backed
Yep.
twisted practice.
Turning them into
And I have
lifetime
met
patients.
people that have gone down that to varying degrees and tried to regain their life. One girl was dodging bombs in Israel.
Can't judge everybody by the way they look.
Behind because her life mattered more, and it was in that.
I'm gonna have to look more into this dude for sure.
That's who I am. And now she was at a recent event with David Medina.
Yeah.
And we cannot ever stop defending the Second Amendment. Constitutional carry everywhere.
Yes.
No red flag confiscations. You know, they use really creative messaging saying, oh, if you don't beat your wife, then you won't have your guns taken. Well, that's also not true because you can be falsely accused,
Yep.
have your firearms taken, then they go missing. I mean, we have so many weird issues with criminal justice reform that we can do from the right. I mean, there
Well,
was
if you're a
one
Muslim, you could beat the
art
shit out of your
studio,
Yeah.
art
And your
gallery
kids,
in
all that. Yeah.
Minnesota,
It's
who
ridiculous.
had a gallery show,
No.
and they served.
Gotta get rid of them too.
Oh my goodness.
First. No, you're
They
totally
had
fine.
all the vehicles that were parked taken under civil asset forfeiture. There's a lot of things you can do on that front, but we must revive rural Oregon. And I've said this in a lot of my speeches. I did more prepared things tonight because I don't want to miss anything and all the excitement and time that we have. But Oregon was Great Depression proof. And now, as the rest of the country is rebounding, we're still living in a depression. We are almost 50th in the nation for just about everything that matters.
Yep.
Where we rank in the top is for public employee retirement benefits. Some people make,
I see you, Climatics. I will.
and I will tell you, when I was fighting against the state's foster care system, if you can call it that, it's a state custody system. It's state-sponsored child trafficking, where kids end up in facilities. And I'm telling you, when I started digging into this, I haven't felt very scared on working on any issue really, and even taking on top Democrats. It was scary. And the ungodly things I read reports about, like, would bring me to tears. And I just was like, how is this legal and how is this happening? And, you know, I don't think we have to get into I think you can imagine how bad some of these facilities get. But Oregon was shipping foster children across state lines to facilities with known records of human rights violations, including rape rooms, fight clubs, and the rest.
Wow.
It is it's multi-billion-dollar industry. Well, the state was not only paying to send kids to those institutions, the state treasurer was also investing PERS funds into those facilities to pay for employee retirement benefits for state workers. We have these domestic issues, but we also have the real threat, the jihadist threat. We have to have full funding for the FBI, ICE, and Border Patrol to hunt radical Islamic terrorists.
This dude is based, bro.
About boots on the ground versus drone strikes versus cyber attacks versus working with people in the area of Iran. We should have a full spectrum
He's running for
conversation. I
Senate.
don't want to see Oregonian sons and daughters sent to
I
it.
think he's running for Senate.
Boots on the ground. And mind you, the Iraq war and Afghanistan war were Congress approved. So saying like, oh, it's all has to be Congress. No, there's different levels to this. And I understand this from studying international law. If you have an imminent threat that has to be thwarted, the president doesn't need to go to a Congress full of people like Janelle Bynum to do what they need to do to keep us safe.
Nope.
Yep.
I am running to defeat Janelle Bynum. I am not running for a political promotion or because I turned my own area into a blue hellhole, like Patty Adair. But I really do think that we have to get this right. I will walk every single door in the district. We have to have a candidate that's willing to do the sweat equity of a campaign. It's not just about getting big donations from a few people. It is hard work. I've worked on countless campaigns for other people, knocking doors regardless of what other titles I'd racked up. When I was a state director of one organization, I did all the same door knocking that every staffer did. We have to bring that same energy. Campaigns are an uphill battle, and we have to campaign like we're losing every single day and wake up every day with making sure that we give Janelle Bynum hell and make sure the media actually covers the real issues. Janelle Bynum, when she was in the legislature, was a rapist sympathizer. She was the sole vote, believe it or not, the only Democrat. So she's worse than every single other Democrat in the legislature on the city.
That's crazy. That's wild.
I mean, she's been crazy. And I've said this at a few other events. She's acting like she represents Compton and not Clackamas. She's acting like Maxine. She even attacked Chuck Schumer, saying that he's not out here snatching wigs. And I had to look up what that meant. But like, going and fighting in the streets. And she is acting like this. Mind you, she did not act like that when she was representing Happy Valley in the legislature. And when she was attacking Lori DeReamer for living in a gated community that she lives down the street from, she lives in a mansion in Happy Valley, and she slipped like most politicians do, like Patty did about not being able to run for re-election in a district of her own making. Janelle Bynum admitted that she was visiting family near the ICE facility. The area around the ICE facility is low-income Black families, workers, and they can't get sleep, they can't get rest, and they can't get relief from the people that decide
DKGB, thank you.
protest outside their homes. Yep. She does not stand up for Black Oregonians. I don't care how many fake nonprofits say she does. And I will take that fight to her.
Yeah.
We cannot be scared of
Yes.
white Democrats.
You're absolutely right, DKGB. Thank you.
On my time, but you can follow me on social media. I'm easy to find, but you can go to Lockwood for Oregon to donate, volunteer, and learn more. Thank you all tonight.
Yeah.
God bless you.
The red wave, and it's an amazing day. Thank you guys very much for coming on this Thursday evening to the Oregon Boys Revival. Now, our next guest, you guys have fun?
Congress.
You guys good? Feeling good? Yeah. All right, me too. So, our next guest really doesn't need much of an introduction. All of you guys know who she is. She was one of the first people to stand up against Governor Kate Brown during the 2020 lockdowns. She got national attention. She was being recognized everywhere, smeared everywhere. Antifa was coming after her, came after her businesses, came after everything. And to see where and how she has
God bless you, DKGB.
evolved from that moment, she's only risen like the phoenix and is doing 10,000 times more things.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
10,000
Bless
times
you,
more
bro.
Exposure. My friend, Lindsey Graham, the Patriot Barbie, give it up.
What's up, Salem?
I've seen her on TikTok.
This like went full anti-Republican. It just went like party mode. Woo! Thank you guys so much. What was that? Um, it's a little emotional, I gotta be honest. I actually have not been back to Salem since 2020. Yeah. And I've watched, the updates in downtown and things like that. But today was the first day in about 6 years that I stood outside my salon and just kind of relived. Like every day I walked across that Liberty Street crosswalk to that business. And today it really just kind of fell really heavy on me that like Democratic government took my life away from me.
Wow.
I mean, that's the story. That's the headline. It's not Lindsey Graham is a white supremacist.
Nope.
It's not Lindsey Graham is a murderer for opening during COVID. It's leftist policies destroyed my life. But I'm back here in Oregon because it's really important to me. I know I ditched, sorry, not sorry. A couple reasons. Getting my children, do you guys remember that CPS came after my children? You guys remember that? Okay. Yeah. So getting my children to safety and my family to safety was the #1 priority. And with Antifa tracking me and with my salon being graffitied and getting death threats and literally closing the blinds in my house because I did not know who knew where I lived and what would happen.
Yeah.
Getting to safety was the
God, it gave me the chills.
And I know that the left loves to paint it that like they ran me out of town. And we love the left's narrative. They can just have it because it's always lies. But I will tell you
There's no
that
separating.
I'm standing here today, 6 years later, to tell you that getting canceled for doing what was right is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And you don't have to take my word for it. My life is living proof.
Yep.
We ran for our lives out of Oregon. We moved to a red state. And when I got there, I had this weight that was lifted. That as soon as my kids were safe and I felt safe, I got stronger. Amen. Like for those of you that are sitting here, you stayed and you fought, and there is so much commendability for that because I couldn't do it. And it's okay to say that. I couldn't do it. I was too scared. You guys, I wasn't political before 2020. I wasn't walking side by side with Jesus. I was the people that we are so mad at now that are just living their life and like,
Yeah.
putting their kids in public school and eating red 40 and, no offense. Right? I just wasn't like, I voted for Biden, or not Biden. Take that out. I voted for Obama in like, what year, 2008? I don't even know what year he ran because I wasn't into politics. But I was like, oh, first black president, whatever. Minding my own business, not paying attention to anything. So for me to stand up against the government just because I was level-headed and sane, it catapulted me into recognizing there's something very, very wrong here. How can I regret the moment that I realized there was something more to fight for?
Yep.
And that is what COVID did. I know that we hate what happened in 2020. I know that we hate that the government locked our children down and they committed suicide for being so lonely, and that people didn't get to see their, loved ones die in hospitals.
Yeah.
We hate the government for it. But man, did they piss us off
Yep.
enough that you're all sitting here right now.
Yep.
Because there are people like me who were sitting there doing absolutely nothing, minding my own business, and they activated those people. And when I got to Arizona safe, I had looked around in my life and I had lost all my businesses. I had no job. I had no job offers. I had no savings. I had no income. I had no, future. And I went, oh, so now I can say whatever I want because there's nothing you can take from me. I've already been canceled.
Yeah.
I can say whatever I want. You just gave me the greatest gift you could ever give me, little leftist.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
They're done.
They really are.
They're done.
They really are.
So what happened was, I don't know if you guys know, but the left, like the way that I became the Patriot Barbie is the left made a meme of my face and said, I don't always play Patriot Barbie, but when I do, I kill people.
There's new Christ is King trucker hats on
And
my
it was
website.
because I had bought my first Make America Great Again hat and took a selfie and I was like, all right, you're gonna call me a Trumpster? I'm a Trumpster.
Let's go.
And I got to Arizona and I was like, I think I'll be the Patriot Barbie. It's got a good ring to it, right?
Yeah.
I was just being an insult, but. And you guys, I just want to tell you what you think you saw on TV and in the news. The devastation of being threatened with jail time and $50,000 a day fines, and your home being taken, and your business license being taken, and your children being taken. All of that, I would do it all over again, and I wouldn't change a thing. Because I am here to say that what the devil meant for bad, God meant for good.
Yep. Christ is King.
Sometimes I can't believe that this is my story. It's like I'm telling another person's story. But there was a moment that I realized that my life in Oregon was over. Like everything I had known, I had been a pillar of this community. I had donated to fundraisers. I had ran fundraisers. People liked me until I stood up to the government. And in my brand new home that we were having to sell, when we decided that we were going to move out of Oregon because everything was falling apart and we had no life here, I am so thankful to my parents who raised me conservative, raised me in a Republican household, and raised me in church. Amen. Because even though I wasn't walking with the Lord and I wasn't even voting conservative, if I was voting at all, I had a moment where I had to address that my whole life was over. And I had to ask myself, is the God that I was raised on this God right now? That he's real, that he loves me, and that he has, I love this. Yes, I'm back. And does he have good plans for me? Because right now I'm sitting in a car that now I can't pay for, in a house that we just built that we have to sell, and 6 businesses that we have to leave behind and run for our lives. And like everything I've worked for 15 years is gone. Is that the God that I serve? Do I believe what I was raised on? And I literally watched my entire life fall apart. And I said, Lord, I trust you. And I meant it. That's what real faith is. I meant it. I meant it when there was nothing to have faith in, when there was nothing to praise him for. And I said, and I actually I was crying. I was ugly crying. And then I started smiling and thinking, I really, really loved this life. I really did. So how much better is the one you're going to give me? How much better could it possibly be if this is what I loved and you took from me? And I have become a political activist. I've written a book about my story. I got a 3X shirt and it fits perfectly. That's it. I'm not viral. I'm launching businesses that have conservative values. So I'm like, you can't cancel me. The left tried to cancel me again like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, Brown, none of you guys are my shoppers. This is hilarious. Can't do it. But the Lord has really given me a beautiful gift in doing what was right. And I want you guys to never forget that it's going to be hard. It's going to get harder. Yeah. The longer we live in a world that's morality continues to drop, the more watered down our truth and our morality is going to be, and the harder it's going to be to stand for it. You're already seeing that. But I'm telling you, it's so, so rewarding because the Lord has given me such a gift. I'm a stay-at-home mom now. I'm focused on my children. I left the boss babe mentality behind. And being able to fight for conservative values and stand in truth is just a gift that. Yeah, we have XXL shirts. And since we're here, thank you. Since we're here at a political forum, I just want you to remember that like who's governing this state matters. Like I had to stand up for myself by myself because Kate Brown was calling me a menace to the community. Kate Brown wasn't women empowering me. She wasn't standing by my side saying, this mom needs to work. She was saying, I can go get my hair done. You shut down and you apply for loans that you have to pay back to give your employees that aren't working. Make it make sense. Pay the lease that you're not open with and then pay that money back later. I can't even compute it. That is who I was fighting. Never in my life did I think another woman would take down another woman the way that she did. So who is fighting your battles for you? Because I don't ever want to see anyone have to stand up alone by themselves again. You need government that has your back. That's the point of government.
Yep.
The whole point. For the people. And if Oregon would have had the right person running this state, well, I wouldn't be on the stage, would I? And that would be a shame, but no regrets. But it would have made a hell of a difference. And I'm really proud of you guys for being here, for standing for what's right, for being open about it. I bet you if cancel culture didn't exist and Antifa wasn't so aggressive, this place would be full. But there are people that are still scared.
Yep. Yep.
Don't be scared.
You're absolutely correct.
Not, and I appreciate that about you. Can I get 30 more minutes on the clock? Just kidding. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.
God bless you. Fun to sing it.
All right, next up, Rainy Zero. He is a high school Republican board member and a young Republican of Oregon. Welcome to the stage. Do your dance. Turn that music back up.
Let's go. Future.
Hello. Thank you for letting me speak tonight. I'm here to introduce some lovely ladies over there. I would like you to please welcome Taryn Fist is an Oregon-based conservative advocate, lifelong outdoors woman, and mother of 3. That's amazing. In 2025, she became Oregon State Director for Women Gun Rights, advocating for lawful gun owners and Second Amendment rights in one of the most restrictive states in the country. She also serves as a precinct committee person in Columbia County. She works with Turning Point USA since 2020. Very nice, very nice. Professionally, she is director of operations for a Washington, D.C. based conservative media company, leading national campaigns, influencer and alternative media strategy, and working on political campaigns focused on messaging and voter outreach. That's very nice. Welcome. No, please welcome Christine Stokarov. I'm sorry, I'm not good at pronouncing that. It's hard. That's a hard one to pronounce. Clackamas County
It's a hard one
resident
to
and proud Oregonian, nationally recognized political commentator, Portland police wife, and co-host of the Dirty Side of Leadership podcast, ranked top 3 globally. Yeah. Very nice. Christine is a former corporate banker turned influential voice in today's political and cultural conversation, reaching millions each month across the world, known for her sharp insight, fearless perspective, and ability to say real world experience and unapologetic honesty to the stage. Thank you for letting me speak tonight. It was an honor.
Good job.
Republican women are gorgeous.
Yeah.
No shit.
They're not men. Yeah.
All right. Do we have anyone queued up back here? All right, I got a thumbs up. This is exciting. Okay. Just had to confirm something real quick here. All right, I'm going to introduce our first gubernatorial candidate. We have David Medina.
Let's go.
Most of you have seen his man on the street work.
Let's go, David.
David has been doing so much.
said Tommy.
And, you know, it's really wild to watch him progress over the years. I think we met for the first time, David, in 2022. And it's just really cool to see that he's running.
Say my name. Say my
Let me give
name.
him a formal introduction here. David brings a background rooted in business, community engagement, and a focus on economic opportunity. His campaign centers on expanding individual freedom, reducing regulatory burdens, and creating an environment where businesses and families can thrive in Oregon. Let's give David another warm welcome.
Yeah, let's go, bro.
Welcome, David. And it is my honor to introduce to you Danielle Bethel.
What are they gonna debate?
Danielle currently serves as a Marion County Commissioner and has built her campaign around public safety, government accountability, and improving outcomes in areas like housing, mental health, and community services. She brings experience in local government and a focus on practical, results-driven leadership. Please join me in welcoming Danielle Bethel.
Yeah. Just keep saying lady in red.
Come on out. Let's go. Give them a warm round of applause.
Paul Romero.
Do you remember this call from 2022? Good to see you again. All right. I moderated the 2022 gubernatorial debate and Paul was there. So this is like a homecoming. I know. I'm excited to hear from you. Excellent. Well, we are going to be asking a series of questions to all three of you. And the goal is to stay within a 2-minute answer.
I'm definitely underdressed.
You can piggyback. Yeah, we'll just put our hand in the air. Yeah, we'll do one of these. I'd like to apologize. I don't have a formal welcome for you, sir, but I am going to give you guys all 2-minute introductions. So why don't we let you start first? Yeah, sound great?
I almost don't need a microphone, but hey. All right, so my name is Paul Romero. Believe it or not, I'm a Cajun from Louisiana, but I grew up in Oregon starting in the 5th grade. So as you can tell, I just sound like the all-American white guy. I go back home and my family jokes about my accent. Yeah, that's kind of good. Anyway, I'm a 10-year Navy veteran, a scriptologic technician. Thank you. Worked in the intelligence field, used to break codes with my brain. Was an analyst and volunteer for cool stuff. Lived in Spain, Turkey, crossed the line to death off of Libya, Persian Gulf, all kinds of fun things. Spent a lot of time in school, degree in workforce education development, something we need here in Oregon. And one of the big projects I hope to bring as governor is the Wild West Water Restoration Project. That's actually going to include about 9 other states, but it starts here in Oregon. That could potentially bring up to 2 million jobs, good jobs. So, hey, I'm all about the work and we need to rebuild our workforce. Our young people need to see that the light at the end of the tunnel is not an oncoming train. I know a whole bunch of adults that would like to see that too. So I look forward to seeing what we can do to actually fix the state. I know the process. We have to end these taxes. We have to use our natural resources and the revenues from that. And that way we take the burden off Oregonians.
Amen.
It's been
Yes.
way too long. I grew up in Central Oregon. I know what it's like. I know what it used to be like. It used to be heaven. This was God's country. Well, things have changed.
Yeah.
When I first came back to Oregon, I was kind of surprised. I thought like mom when she cleaned the house and then left and 15 minutes later came home and it was destroyed. It's kind of how I felt when I first came back to Oregon. I was like, man, I leave for a couple of years and what do you guys do? What happened? You know, well, unfortunately, the elements that work against us are slow and they're patient. But one thing I know about Oregonians is we're resilient. We talk about that pioneer spirit. Well, it's time to awaken it and get everybody on the same sheet of music. So anyway, my name is Paul Romero. You can find me on romerofororegon.com. Please take a look at my contract with Oregonians. It'll cover some great ground that you'll love to hear about. So thank you. I get my own. Are we going to do karaoke?
I am not doing karaoke.
I haven't had enough beer yet.
All right. Do you guys all want to do your introductions now? Let's do it. This is your show. We're along for the ride. Let's do it. Danielle. Okay, so I'm Danielle Bethel. I actually sincerely want to welcome all of you to Marion County. If you do not live in this community, you do not know probably that I'm a Marion County Commissioner. My office is literally across the street. I have been in that role now 6 years. I'm running for governor because it's time that we have a decisive leader that wants to come into that office and actually perform government to its best skills. Right now, we have an ideological divide in this state. It's been in that space for way too long. As a county commissioner for 6 years, I have essentially begged, bleed, and borrowed everything I possibly can to build a relationship with members of the legislature and the governor to no avail. I shouldn't have to try to kick down doors and beg for attention as a local elected in the 5th largest economy in Oregon. I deserve the seat at the table, just like everybody else that's elected. 350,000 people said yes to my morals and values to run this community. And I can tell you, as a sitting county commissioner, I'm the only candidate in this race that's ever delivered as an essential service within the means of my taxpayers' expectations and been able to perform real outcomes when it comes to all the crisis areas that we experience statewide. I have a lot to say and a lot to offer, and I hope that you lean into my campaign. You can learn more at daniellebethelforgovernor.com, because I promise you, you won't be, I think, overly shocked by the end of this debate that I have a lot to say. I'm going to be very direct. Thanks for being here.
How's everybody doing tonight? By the way, thank you to the young people who've shown up. You can put this as part of my 2 minutes if you want, but thank you guys so much for showing up, and thank you to Josh Michaels for putting this on. I mean, how great is this event right now? This is so
Yes.
And kids, by the way, kids, you should only be Googling Jesus Christ tonight, because that's what Portland and Oregon needs to bring our state back. We don't need more drugs. We need Jesus. We need God to bring our state back. So make that clear.
Yes.
Let's be careful on the Google searches tonight after that first speech. John, I love you. Love you. Hey, one of the things we have all in common, the first speaker, John Hassis, and some of the other speakers, we all want to see a better Oregon. We all want to come together under one tent. People that believe in freedom, individual liberty, and smaller government, the way it was supposed to be, the way it was designed. Smaller, limited government, let us live our lives, get out of our way, and that is not what we've seen in Oregon. So, excuse me. I grew up in Oregon. I'm a lifelong Oregonian. Grew up in Turner, Salem area. Was any Turner people here? I know we see some of that. Yes, Ben Jones, I see you. And folks, a few years ago, I started a movement. I wanted to turn out more Oregonians. I wanted to get more people awake in this state. There's too many people asleep, too many people, too much complacency. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try to help out the Republican Party a little bit. Let's get more people paying attention to what's going on, because these people are out of control. These Democrats, these radical left Democrats are out of control.
Yes.
They need to be stopped. And it needs
Yeah.
it takes all of us. So I'm honored to be here, you guys. I'm a small business owner, graduated at George Fox University. Even there, experienced CCP professors. Yes. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's infected everywhere, guys. So I'm running for governor because I believe that Oregon can do better. I believe that we can win. I've been turning out people the last 5 years to stand up against the COVID tyranny, to stand up against this radical political machine that is hell-bent on ruining our lives. And I'm going to do so. If I get to the primary, we're going to turn out Oregonians like we've never seen before, and we're going to actually produce results and take our state back. So I'm so honored to be here. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Let's go, David. You know me, bro.
Get some questions answered. The cool thing with tonight is
So
not
tell me
just in
behave.
this way, these questions are coming from audience members. And these are themes that were selected by audience members. So the first theme is education. And we're going to start with you, Paul. let's begin with education, because for many Oregonians, this feels like a system at a breaking point. Our education system, is it in the state of Oregon? Is our education system truly broken? And if so, can it be fixed with more funding or structural reform? Or does it require a full-scale overhaul? And what would that look like under your leadership? And we're going to go 90 seconds.
Boy. Okay, so the last year and a half, I spent as a licensed substitute teacher in the state of Oregon to get an inside peek on how our schools are being run. Okay, and what I found was, well, pretty ugly. I find teachers that are walking on eggshells. I find principals walking on eggshells. I find a woke element that, boy, they don't walk on eggshells. Well, very simply, the governor is also the superintendent of schools and can actually turn things on the dime. That's what needs to be done. Now, because of my degree in workforce education development, I'm really big on school to work programs. We have a whole lot of them in this country that work in other states very well. Lebanon actually has one that they're working. Heck, Glendale Middle School is teaching kids how to weld. Oh yeah, they look so, isn't that great? Let me tell you something about them. They look awesome in their welding outfits. True. And you know, the simple fact is, yes, they've created a huge problem. They've literally dumbed down our kids. They're trying to set them up for idiocracy, which I'm not going to tolerate. We're going to turn that around. And the best part is there's a whole lot of teachers and principals ready to do it. But we have to fix that. And I can do that very easily as the next governor. Now, once we do this, it's a matter of getting our workforce going. And that's young people. And that's also some older people too. We got to take care of our millennials as well. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, so now I'll
Didn't really
read
answer it.
Nope, I don't need
Oh,
to read
you
it.
got it.
No,
All right, look at
But I do want to
that.
clarify how you're cutting us off. Are you giving us a few seconds before we're over?
Gonna do a 30-second window or 30-second warning.
Perfect. Great. So the truth is that we have heard about Oregon education systems being in the brink of disaster for far longer than COVID. We will hear the governor talk about how, oh, COVID ruined everything. Before COVID, I was on the Salem-Keizer School Board, the second largest school district in this state. I ran to be on that school board in 2018 because schools in this state have been a dumpster fire longer than that. I'm sick and tired of my parental rights being
Happy
impacted
birthday.
and stolen from me. And I can tell you, I have firsthand knowledge to the system inside. We are right now, depending on the study you look at, 47th or 48th when it comes to fourth grade reading and math. That is not just abysmal. That
You didn't answer it really at all.
lives of our future generation. We have to redesign our system entirely. Right now, we have essentially what we call a passing system. There's no testing for comprehension. There's not a single student in a public school right now that has to show a basic level of phonics and comprehension to get a high school diploma.
That's
That is
crazy.
not okay. The no child left behind process wasn't like, let's let every child feel forward process. It was supposed to be an equitable system to make sure that kids who navigate cultural barriers and poverty can have access to appropriate academics in their community. As governor, which happens to be the superintendent of education, I will work hard to reform our entire system because that's what it needs from the ground up.
Happy birthday, Danny and Ginger.
They're not just people that sit on a stage in a room and think.
I'll sing happy birthday when we leave.
Dynamics of their community, they understand the systems, and the Oregon Department of Education needs to be smaller. It needs to be compressed entirely. Resources need to be pushed into the community. Superintendents need to be qualified to understand what their community needs for outcomes. And we need to measure them. Every dollar should have an accountable measure attached to it. We are one of the most overfunded academic spaces in Oregon. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, folks,
Go, David.
what has happened? I gotta do this because my OCD is driving me crazy. Let me get that out of the way. Can you restart? Is that bothering you too? Folks, what has happened to our education system in Oregon is criminal. It's criminal. The way that they're
Yes.
funding kids is criminal. And I'm not gonna talk lightly about this because this is a passion of mine. I've been working with youth my whole life. I used to work at McLaren Youth Correctional Facility. I've worked with kids with disabilities. I've worked with kids, troubled youth. And it just saddens me. I have a daughter myself. She's a senior at Sherwood High School. First of all, when I become governor, I'm gonna fire, one of the first people I'm gonna fire is the Director of Department of Education, Tina Kupchak, Kate Brown's people, all of them are
Gone.
start fresh.
We're gonna get good people in there that actually care about our kids. I think our current education system itself is outdated. I think I would love to bring it more current, invest in entrepreneurship, small business, get you guys ready for the real world. Because that's what you guys are lacking right now. Our education system in Oregon is more concerned about making your friends or people, your peers, political activists, than actually getting you guys ready for the real world. So I want to get you guys ready for the real world. I want to make sure you're ready. If you don't want to go to college, I want to make sure that you guys have the tools necessary to graduate and get a good, high-paying job. We're not talking about the economy right now, but we're going to bring so much high-paying jobs back to Oregon. You guys, it'll blow your guys' mind. But I want to just say one last thing. So of course, we're going to get rid of all of the woke DEI governmental mandates.
Yes.
But I want to talk to you guys directly because I want to thank you guys for being here today. I know what it feels like to be in your shoes. You are on the right side of history. You are. I went to school in the middle of Portland. My gosh, I have stories that would blow your mind. You guys are on the right side of history. You're actually fighting for something. You're actually the ones that are oppressed, that are fighting for the right things. These people you go to school with that talk about LGBTQ and how oppressed they're not oppressed. The system is built for them. You guys are the brave ones. You guys are the courageous ones. I'm so honored to be here with you guys tonight. And thank you for coming, and keep fighting. I'll be next to you guys no matter what.
Let's go.
Thank you, everybody. Now we're going to move on to our next section on public safety, mental health response.
Yeah.
Public safety continues to be a top concern across Oregon. What specific actions would you take to improve mental health crisis response? And how would you reduce repeat emergency situations involving the same individuals? Miss Bethel, you're up first.
Are you confused as what my title is?
Well, Commissioner Bethel.
Commissioner Bethel, it's fine. You can tell me whatever you want. So I would encourage all of you to go back to yesterday, Wednesday, to the state, 2 days ago, Tuesday, to the state of Marion County, where the Board of Commissioners stood in front of an audience of 500 just up the road from here and talked about the work that we do in Marion County, specifically the work that I do around behavioral health that's scalable statewide. In the last 6 years, I have scaled up response systems in public safety across Marion County. We have 5 response systems that cross behavioral health and law enforcement that are responsive to basic needs to
DK, thank you.
that cannot go into jail.
That's crazy. 2 hours a day is wild.
Overturned. And also, we need to have access for places for them to go. In fact, there's a great model in Washington County through their community corrections department that they have a transition center. We need individuals who don't get to go into the state hospital because of the failed policies at the state level to go somewhere. They have to land somewhere. They need a proper assessment. They need to be held accountable for the challenges that they face. There's 3 issues that we face in Oregon right now with those individuals. They either have an addiction, they have a mental health issue, or believe it or not, they have a developmental disability. And sometimes they have all 3 or a combination of those 3. Our system is not designed to be responsive to people. It's designed to respond to the system. As governor, I will reform that system the same way I have in Marion County, and I will reduce the homeless population in the state, county by county, in partnership with counties who are the local mental health and public health authority. Public safety is challenged because we have a failed system through the leadership of the Democrat Tina Kotek, and before that, Governor Brown, and I can reform it. I'm doing it right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Bethel. Mr. Medina, I will reread the question for you. What specific actions would you take to improve mental health crisis response? And how would you reduce repeat emergency situations involving the same individuals over and over?
So it's just about mental health, not public safety, correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Again, working with people with disabilities, working in homes with kids with disabilities, my heart goes out to people who are mentally ill. Our current government right now rewards it and enables the problem though. And it's hurting the rest of us. It's hurting businesses in Portland. It's hurting students like you. This is why PCC has a decline in enrollment. This is why the teachers are on strike, because the money's not there to pay them. Folks, we have to get these people help. I worked in downtown Portland for 6 to 7 years. Downtown Portland. I've seen some of the worst mental health crisis you will ever see. Instead of enabling the problem, we're going to fix it by finding these people help, by enforcing our laws, getting them off the streets, and getting them help. I want to look at investing in mental institutions again. We have to get these people the right help, because putting them in our justice system just to release them back onto the streets to hurt our businesses, hurt the public safety problem, making that worse, and increasing the drug issue. I'm telling you right now, folks, these people need help. There's a compassionate way to do it. It's almost like it's on purpose that they're allowing these people to roam free in our cities and in our communities.
I gotta take a
We have to get them help. We have to get them the right services to get them that help. And we have to look out for the people that are actually living in Oregon and living in these communities. I can't tell you how many business owners I've talked to that have left the city in Portland and around Oregon because of this unchecked problem. So I want to get these people help. You don't do it by enabling it. You definitely don't do it by pouring drugs in, because a lot of it's a drug problem too.
Yep.
We have to fix the issues head on, and we cannot be afraid to do it, you guys. Our communities, our state is suffering, and we have to get these people help at the same time. So that's what I would do.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Mr. Romero, would you like me to reread the question? All right, go ahead.
Okay, well, good news is David and Danielle are both correct. And it makes me feel pretty good. I gotta admit, I think a lot of the candidates we have, they all have something to contribute to the state. Now, as a project manager, I do things a little different. I go looking for the core root of the problem. Because if I fix the root, it takes care of the rest of the plant. You don't just cut off the top of the dandelion, do you? Of course not. So here's what I do. Oregon Health Authority, ever since they came into existence, you'd think that this would be a responsibility for them to build these mental institutions to help take these people off the streets. Have they done that? No. Let's see, how many millions of dollars do they spend on DEI? 35 million. 35 million. Actually, I think that number's up to 70 million. Okay, let's put it this way. Either way, it's way too much. DEI is kind of like putting a screen door in a submarine. Okay. It ain't gonna help nobody, very simple. And right now, the way OHA spends money, I think there's like 5 big time psychiatrists that run the show up there. They're paid over $1 million a year. What? I still don't know what they do. I've asked. I can't get a straight answer. Imagine that. Very simply is this. We have to build facilities and get people in there. That way they're not just continually being a problem to the people that are in the stores, the businesses, law enforcement. They have enough to deal with without having to deal with that problem over and over again. So it's a matter of a little bit of common sense. So that's what I'm all about, common sense.
Thank you, Mr. Romero.
All right, we're gonna move on to immigration. That was a hot button issue for our audience, understandably. We're gonna start with Mr. Romero on this one as well. All right, so turning to immigration, an issue that carries both legal and economic implications. What is your position on access to state-funded services and benefits for undocumented, also known as illegal immigrants? And where do you believe those boundaries should be set?
Okay. Well, very simply, we have this little thing called the U.S. Constitution. Okay, and in that Constitution, it delegates the powers of our federal government. One of those things is immigration. Does it say that Oregon's in charge of immigration? No. No, it is not. Very simply, we follow the federal government. What they say goes in that regard. The idea that we create a sanctuary, anything? No, doesn't work that way. In addition, why is it all of you should have to pay for illegal immigrants that somebody else chooses to allow to be here? Makes no sense. See, they seem to think that those votes apparently were really big, kept them in office. At least made it easier to cheat. Come on. All of us should have a problem with this. And what we're finding is we're getting more of a unified Oregon than you can imagine. Okay? When I tell you, I can spend all this money on these illegal immigrants, or you. Well, everybody's like, well, yeah, I'd like some better Medicaid. I'd like a few more things paid for. Sure. Well, that's what we're gonna have to do. Call it tough love, whatever. Either way, we need to follow what the federal government states, what they push out there. Law enforcement should be right along those lines, do the same things. It's not hard, it's not rocket science, and yet we have people that insist that it is. So again, let's apply a whole lot more common sense. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, you go with yes.
Okay, so the question is, do I support Oregonians funding healthcare access or just access in general for those?
So yeah, what is your position to state-funded services and benefits for illegal immigrants? And where do you believe those boundaries must be set?
Yeah, I'm a no on all of it.
All right.
It's pretty basic. It's pretty basic. I don't get anything for free. Nothing. And I am a US citizen born here, 5th generation in Oregon, and I have to pay my way and fight all the way to make sure that I can have healthcare and freedom to run a business and to raise my children and educate them and do all the things. Nobody should get anything for free. Nobody. I truly believe that Oregon has made decisions as in a dictator space through the legislature for far too long. I'll tell you that while I don't support funding anything for people that do not contribute to this economy, as governor, I'm going to come after really hard and fast the 2021 legislature that passed the bill that allowed us to protect individuals who are criminals, who have committed heinous crimes, who are here illegally first. It'll be one of the most aggressive things I do come January 2027. As a sitting Marion County Commissioner right now, I have been sued 24 times by the Trump administration's Department of Justice because of our sanctuary law. That is ridiculous. My county, every county in Oregon is in jeopardy of being able to do its own statutory role. We can't follow the federal constitution and we can't follow the Oregon Constitution because they're in conflict over a law I didn't get to vote on. We should be able to vote as Oregonians on some of the most extreme policies that have ever been passed in Oregon's history, and that is one of them. And I'll take it even further if we want to talk about immigration later in a much deeper detail, because I can tell you, Marion County is one of the largest counties that hosts a lot of migrants. And a lot of them are here illegally, but there are several that are here illegally. And what do we do about that? Am I done? I'm done. I mean, I can talk about it all day, David.
By the way, you two are doing such a great job, seriously. And Oregon is lucky to have you guys, seriously. Kristen,
Very much.
Aaron, you guys. Here's the thing. Obviously I'm Hispanic, couldn't tell. But here's the thing, guys. Oregonians have been devalued. You young people have been devalued over the last couple decades by your own government. Your own government thinks that people that just got here that are not supposed to be here legally should get more of a step up than you, the actual citizen. We
I had to smoke.
citizens in our own state. Do you guys know how much? Do you guys know how much they spend on healthcare for illegal aliens in a year period?
Too much.
Over $1 million. Do you know how much our state police gets? 700 million. Illegal aliens get more funding for healthcare than our state police gets funded.
Ridiculous.
That is, to me, criminal. I'm going to use that word a lot tonight. But folks, there's two parts to this. One, absolutely, I'm doing everything I can to get rid of the sanctuary policies. That was passed in the legislature in the 80s. That's not something I could just executive order away. There is a way, though, we can defeat it. I'll have many tools at my disposal to help lead to get rid of sanctuary cities.
Yes.
Okay. Or sanctuary policies. The other thing too is I love there are, the Hispanic community.
Americans first, America first.
I worked next to them for many years. They love God and they love family. They're big family and God people. I think we're missing out as Republicans. We're missing out on an opportunity to get them not just to become citizens, but to vote Republican. That's why they vote Democrats, because Democrats are giving them handouts. I'm all for ending birthright citizenship.
Yes.
We have to end that.
Yes.
But folks, we have
No,
to
I'm
put
not.
Oregonians first. That's what my campaign is about, is simply putting you first again. You young people, everybody that's an actual citizen here in Oregon, you come first under a Medina administration. Not another dollar is going to illegal immigrants, illegal, undocumented, however you want to call them. Not another
Aliens.
dollar goes to that until we take care of our vets, till we take care of you, till we take care of our economy and get Oregon back on track, and then we might look to help everybody else.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to the economy. We're going to start with Commissioner Bethel, followed by Mr. Medina and Mr. Romero. Oregonians are feeling the pressure of rising costs and regulatory burden. What bold, decisive actions would you take to cut through layers of government
God, family, and
bureaucracy
country.
and
Yes.
expand economic freedom for individuals and businesses? And how quickly would people begin to feel that impact?
Thank you, DJ. DG Cape.
Well, do y'all know we have a sales tax in Oregon?
DKGB.
It should just go away. You know, there's a lot of things legislated that the governor can't just executive order away. People think that the person's gonna come in a governor, they're just gonna be like, gone, gone, gone. The truth is that you have to work through a variety of things. There is so much regulation and red tape across every single industry in Oregon. I'm not an expert on all industries. I don't know anybody that is. I own a plumbing company. I can tell you lots about the cost of inflation around putting pipes in houses and hiring employees and the cost of benefits that I'm forced to pay and all the other things that should not be happening in this state. My husband's a good man.
I don't like her.
An audience that runs a 100-plus-year-old company that employs many, many families. They take care of their individuals, their families, their employees. And the state is just pushing us out like crazy. Nobody wants to run a business in Oregon. We have to cut through the red tape. I'm not going to stand up here and give you every single list, but I can tell you to start with the cat tax. And that needs to go back to the.
Chris, you're not wrong.
In addition to that, we need to go to the people and ask them, should small businesses be paying for all the things that we're paying for right now? This high cost of minimum wage, their interest in investing in themselves. I have to sign them up for retirement. This is ridiculous. If you're going to be a grown up and live in life, you should be able to take a step forward. I can show you the direction
Medina all the way.
for you. I'm sick and tired of living in a state that enables everybody on the backs of my family and the business that we barely get by with year after year. We're going to cut through the red tape, but we have to do it together, county by county, industry by industry. And today I answered the Oregonian a question similar to this. And I said, you know, she should have started this Prosperity Council from day one, not the year she's running for re-election. And just by the way, she did not bring every industry to the table. She selectively chose the ones that would give her the answers she wanted. And none of them come from very conservative counties. It's an abysmal failure. And I will make sure that we can correct that. Thank you.
I'm glad we all agree, Polly. Thank you, Polly.
I mean, do we even believe the Prosperity Council's even doing anything? I mean.
Hell no.
You should get front.
Yeah, for real.
Like my gospel service.
Let's go.
Ronnie, yes, right, that is Ronnie. Now, here's the thing.
Give
guys.
God the glory.
Ronnie, God bless you, man. Here's the thing. As governor, I'm going to bring back opportunity because that's what it's about. It's about bringing opportunity back to Oregon, bringing high paying, not just jobs, but high paying jobs back to Oregon. Opportunity for you young people.
MAGA Squatch. I love you too, brother.
Be able to support yourself. There should be no reason why you're living with your parents until you're 26, 30 years old. Okay. Second of all, yes, I would get rid of the cat tax. That cat tax is supposed to go to education. How's that working out?
It's not.
Speaking of education, did you know Oregon received $6 billion in education relief federally during COVID? They received, where did that money go? And somehow we're still last. I mean, do you guys feel okay with the education system here in Oregon being like one of the last? Isn't that disgusting?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We have to figure out where every single tax dollar is going. And this is why they're smearing me. This is why they're afraid of me winning in May.
I'm not the only one.
It'll be easier to win. I'm telling you that right now. We have some great candidates, but here's the thing. We have to figure out where every taxpayer dollar is going. I will doge the heck out of every level.
Let's go.
We're going to find out where your money is going because there's a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse within our government. We're going to get rid of it, and we're going to free up a lot of dollars to be able to so that they don't have to tax you. You know why they keep taxing you in Portland, guys? Anybody from Portland here, by the way? You know why they keep
I am.
taxing you? Because businesses and families keep leaving.
Yep.
And so because of their failed policies, it's a cycle.
Yep.
Sorry, Tommy, I love you.
I love you too, bro.
We're gonna stop that. We're gonna cut taxes, you guys. We're gonna make Oregon business friendly again. We're gonna create opportunity. It's gonna be amazing. Love you guys.
Thank you, Mr. Medina. Mr. Romero.
Fucking love that guy.
Okay. Oh, I'm taking stepped in. Yes, we have to doge Oregon in a big bad way. Now, where I'm going to start is this little thing called the general fund. Yeah, and then there's a whole bunch of these nonprofits that we have here in Oregon. Yeah, I'm going to go through there, and well, you can imagine what's going to happen there. And I know there's some good nonprofits, but also a whole bunch that, well, did you know the average climate change nonprofits people make about $79,000 a year? What? How many of you are making that? No? Oh, come on. Let me tell you what.
Where do I sign up?
What do they do? Go ask them. So you make $79,000 a year. What do you do? Oh, we fight climate change. Yeah, right. Okay. It's the biggest scam there's going. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
Here in Oregon, we have to shut it down. And let me tell you something. Once I do, the amount of money we're going to save, we'll probably be able to just end income tax, take a chunk out of property tax. But see, that
Medina has gumption. Medina has the
We have something called Senate Bill
the
1.
will. He wants what's best for this
And it basically
state.
prevents Oregonians in Oregon from using our natural resources, timber, coal, oil, natural gas, other minerals. We have the ability to harness all that and literally use those resources and the profits from that to replace all the taxes that we have.
I signed up. I signed up today to volunteer.
Complicated, and I'm pretty sure you guys all just understood what I said, yes? You can explain it to your friends and neighbors, right? This is the actual way we're gonna have to do it for you. There is no other way. I understand it, but I also understand how we have to bring jobs in the workforce. And part of the deal with this Wild West Water Restoration Project is that any company that comes in as a contractor has to employ at least 80% Oregonians and train them. So how would y'all like to have a nice job that makes $70,000+ a year? I think a lot of young people would love that opportunity. So,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right, we are moving into execution. What would your first 100 days?
I'm gonna ask him after this. I'm gonna ask him to come on the show with me and Clyde.
They want to see follow through. So we're gonna start with Mr. Medina here. Let's talk about this. What do you hope to accomplish within your first 100 days as governor? And what specific actions will you prioritize immediately upon taking office?
So here's the thing, we have to bring businesses back to Oregon. We have to get out the fraud, waste, and abuse. So immediately, first of all, my first action, fire every department head of Tina Kotex. All of Tina Kotex people are gone. They're fired on the first day. All of their staff, they're gone. We're starting with new people who actually care about us and actually care about the Constitution. Once they're fired, I would enact audits. We need audits, you guys. We need to figure out where the corruption is at. That is a big part of my campaign. And it's scary to run. It could be scary to run on. When you run on ending corruption, they're going to come after you. Look what they did to President Trump.
Yep.
We need to end the corruption. None of these problems get fixed until we identify the corruption, identify the fraud, waste, and abuse, and end it. And so that is going to be my priority in the first 100 days, is to figure out where are all the collusion going? Where's the collusion happening? Where's all the waste of our taxpayer dollars? And identifying every single piece of that fraud, waste, and abuse. So that would be my priority. My priority would also be bring opportunity back to Oregon immediately. I would cut taxes. I would do everything I can, like Commissioner Bethel. That's weird to call you Commissioner Bethel because I always call you Daniel. I would do everything I could to bring businesses back, cut the red tape, get the bureaucratic bloat out of our government, and bring businesses back here and bring opportunity back. I know Romero mentioned natural resources. That's something I couldn't touch on the last question, but we would free up our natural resources. We should be the richest state in the country. We have a unbelievable plethora of natural resources. So I would do everything I can to negotiate with the federal government to free up land to responsibly harvest our timber. We should be harvesting our timber, you guys. Our natural resources, our rare minerals, we're going to tap into all that, you guys. Under a Medina administration, Oregon is going to be prosperous again, and we're going to bring greatness back to the state.
Yes. Bring back our businesses.
What to accomplish in your first 100 days?
Well, first thing is I have to go, and this hand, I have to work out some more because I'll be like nullifying a whole bunch of executive orders dating back to Kid Sauber. I mean, that's gonna take some time, but there's a couple of little things we're gonna do. But in the first week, besides turn loose a whole bunch of third-party auditors, and there's one in particular I have in mind, and she's known as the Black Widow. And yeah, she doesn't take any prisoners. This is the kind of thing that has to happen. Also, putting the fear of God into the people that are in these departments, because I'll tell you right now, the guilty parties will be resigning. They will be headed out the door, leave little fire footprints on their way out because they know what's coming. This has to happen. The other thing, like I said, we have to doge Oregon. We've got to get serious about that. See where we can cut the taxes off the people. We have to have immediate relief to Oregonians because Oregonians have not had any relief. It's been constant barrage. Next step, very simply, is entice a whole lot of new businesses to come back to Oregon and old businesses.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that need to come back. I keep trying to talk people into staying. Just hang on just a little longer. Well, we've been hanging on long enough. It's like just a little longer.
Alaska man, thank you.
But either way,
Let's
it's never
go.
gonna leave. I'll tell you what, I promise you this, we'll make it so awesome in Oregon, you won't wait to get back. You'll be moving pretty quick. So a big part of, like I said, is we have to create an economy that is growing, and Oregon become a powerhouse for about a 10-state area. How many of you are paying 10 cents a kilowatt hour? I am. I got Douglas Electric Co-op. How many of you are paying 40 cents a kilowatt hour? Probably most all of you. 4 times as much. How is that? Yeah, let me tell you what, I got some ideas.
Thank you very much. Mr. Bethel.
I don't like
Thank you.
these
So
two.
we don't have enough time to get into the weeds on what I'm doing.
I don't like these two.
Give you the basics. So right now, as a county commissioner, I'm already working on a stewardship agreement to harvest timber in my county and another county called Curry County. I'm already working with the federal administration on many of the things that we need to be overcoming when it comes to the Endangered Species Act. I've already worked to table the Habitat Conservation Plan, which I will make go away as governor. It doesn't need to exist in its current form. It needs a very substantial reduction in its overregulation. I'm going to cover boards and commissions. Well, it's important to look at department heads because they're the ones who execute government. The boards and commissions actually give direction. And we need to replace a lot of those members with people who have common sense and basic Oregonians' rights in mind. I'm going to executive order out the Climate Friendly Equitable Communities Plan. I'm going to get rid of the CPP, which is the Climate Protection Plan. I'm going to come for any climate change agenda that Brown and Kotek have put in place that have tripled the cost of utilities across this state in less than a decade. I'm going to deploy the Oregon Department of Energy to do its job, to create a thoughtful energy process for transmission and production statewide. I'm going to halt data centers until we have a thoughtful plan. I'm going to take on Department of Education, solid waste, public safety. There's a lot of things that need to be done in the first 100 days. I'm doing a bulk of it right now as a county commissioner. I don't have to come in and ask for permission. I know where the things are. I'm going to deploy the Secretary of State's audits that are coming out right now every single week. If you're bored, read them. We just got 2 yesterday. We need to take action. Stop looking at things and do the job.
Debbie, thank you. God bless you, Debbie.
Right, it's time to turn to my favorite topic of the evening, the Second Amendment.
Let's go.
Mr.
What's to discuss?
This is an issue that many Oregonians are deeply concerned about. How do you believe Oregon should protect the right to bear arms while also addressing concerns around gun?
Make Oregon great again,
Where
yes.
do you draw the line on additional?
Alaska man, thank you. Sir Dawson, thank you.
Well, the first thing is maybe we get a Supreme Court justices that actually read the Constitution. I mean, come on. We have an attorney general. Apparently, he hasn't read.
The West needs to turn red, yes.
This is a systemic problem, and it's been going on for a long time.
Thank you, Magus Watch.
And I don't know exactly the process, but we have a lot of Supreme Court justices that were appointed. They managed to get in there. And it's time to let the people choose for a change. They set it up so they retire, and the governor gets to appoint the replacement. This is a problem. And for all of us, well, I believe in the Second Amendment, just as it is. It says what it says. It doesn't say what.
Medina all the way, Forerunner. Thank you, big dog.
My wife, and she's a really good shot. Too. It's a matter of personal choice, but ultimately, I mean, I'd be happy to see everybody strapped because
strapped.
what happens is crime has a tendency to just disappear. It's amazing how that works. If everybody knows and everybody's packing some capacity, well, bad guys stay away. They go somewhere else, sometimes easier target. So right now we have a state that's literally made us easy targets. So we're not going to tolerate that anymore. Also, just for you hunters out there, we're going to end that game tag dilemma.
Yes.
Same one, by the way. We're also going to end the preference points. And also in Central Oregon, you know those helicopters that keep herding big game to the private properties? Yeah, we're going to go enforce that law and arrest a bunch of people and fine them into oblivion. And if you're an out-of-state hunter, chances are your license may cost about $500,000. So we'll deter that too. Thank you.
So I think I'm still the only candidate in this race that's actually donated to the Measure 114 lawsuit. I really want Measure 114 to go away. I don't believe it's constitutional. I don't believe that the way it went down in Oregon was fair. And I can tell you that it's another unfunded mandate on local government. There's not a single county in this state that could even enforce.
Welcome to the Patriots, Cajun. Thank you for the membership.
They just said, go do it. We have to choose priorities.
Yeah, they're all Republicans.
Making sure who has a gun and follows the law is not my interest. It's chasing criminals and people who are killing others in the community. I am pro Second Amendment. I'm also pro constitutional carry. I don't think that I need permission from anybody to be able to carry a firearm, to do anything to protect myself, to protect my land.
I agree with that.
This country. And I
I agree
stand
with
pretty
that.
firmly on that. I can also tell you that there is a method to protecting communities for individuals who illegally wander around and kill people and harm you with bullets. I'm the only candidate, I'm pretty sure, that's ever been on the end of bullets in this very community.
Jeffy, I could do it. Thank you.
Criminals don't follow the laws. I don't know why we have any of them. They're not balanced. But at the end of the day, we need to hold people accountable who create harm in our communities. I'm doing that right now as a county commissioner. You go to the root of the issue, you hold people accountable. For youth that are navigating systems of crime, their parents need to be engaged. I'm responsible for my kids. Every parent should be responsible for their kids. And we need a system of accountability from the bottom up that makes that happen.
Got a guy back there with sunglasses on in a suit. I'm wondering if that's my FBI agent that's come to be part of my life again. Man. Are you all right, dude? How's everybody doing? You guys good? You guys are awesome for being here. You guys are all awesome for being here. Please, you guys, it's so amazing. You guys are doing so many wonderful things. So many streams are happening. You guys are making a lot of people happy. We are informing a lot of people. Here's the thing on the Second Amendment, pretty clear. The U.S. Constitution says shall not be infringed. I mean, shall not be infringed. That doesn't mean red flag laws. That doesn't mean that the government gets to tell you what to do with your firearm. As governor, I am 100% in support of our Second Amendment rights, and it shall not be infringed. We don't have a gun violence. I actually reject that saying. I'm sorry, Taryn, love you. I rejected gun violence. I think that was a term that was invented by the radical left as a way to take away our gun rights. Folks, they are after every single one of our rights. They are after our Constitution. They are trying to dismantle America as we know it. And one of the ways they do that is going after every one of our founding principles, every one of our rights, the Second Amendment being one of them. We don't have a gun violence problem. We have a mental health problem.
Yes. Yes.
We need to adapt to that. You guys need to, Oregon needs a leader that is going to adapt to the world that we live in today. I want to go even further than just supporting your Second Amendment right. I want to actually support allowing religious organizations like churches to write off their security. I want to get more security, more armed security in schools to protect us from this mental health crisis that we're dealing with. I want to get more guns out there to protect us and not punish the law-abiding citizens like Measure 114 has. I want to actually take care of the problem and solve the problem and arm the good people and stop punishing them.
Yes. Based.
All right, we have our final question of the evening. It's around social policy and mental health. Mental health remains a growing challenge for families across Oregon. How would you expand treatment capacity, reduce wait times, and ensure families and caregivers are meaningfully included in care decisions? And we're going to start with Commissioner Bethel.
Do you guys know Commissioner? I feel like I say this a lot. So I'm the local mental health authority.
Thank you, Sir Dawson.
Right now is one of the reasons I campaigned to be a county commissioner, and is 100% the reason I'm running for governor. I'm sick and tired of people from the legislature walking in the governor's office, or people who think that they're richer than me can come in and do something I've been doing really well for 6 years. We have a broken system. 25 years ago, Oregon legislature deinstitutionalized our system because they were not caring for people properly. We had all kinds of people at the state hospital that needed stabilization, but they had a myriad of folks there that didn't need to be there because we had community afraid of those individuals. Right now, we need a bottom-up approach to behavioral health in this state. And behavioral health is not just mental health, it's also addiction health. My mom had bipolar schizophrenia. I grew up in and out of homelessness and navigated all kinds of unhealthy spaces because this state failed her and failed me and my sister on a regular basis. Today, right now, with local resources in partnership with the feds, I have been able to invest in programs to bring people to stabilization and support their families. The reason we live the way that we lived is because my mom was difficult in the state. The government didn't know what to do with her, and her family didn't know how to navigate her. It is unacceptable that we abandon people in their most vulnerable spaces because we are worried about the extreme response of institutionalization. This concept really needs more than a minute and a half. But at the end of the day, I have the plan right now. I'm implementing it in Marion County and it's scalable statewide. I hope you look into me because I promise you I can deliver on this on day one.
It's supposed to be neutral. Jen, I'm kidding. No, seriously. Seriously, Danielle Bethel, it would be amazing that dealing with that issue because she's been doing the work. Folks, so as someone that worked in, like I said, downtown Portland, I don't know if I mentioned that worked at downtown Portland for many years, and I got to see this crisis up close. I got to see this crisis within the system as well, working in group homes, dealing with kids and young adults with mental health issues. It's a really serious, it's a sad problem, and we should treat it as such. And I think that our government now, again, enables the problem, allows these people to roam free without, throughout our communities, and feeds them drugs and other things that don't help to go along with it. And so we have to get these people help. I am all for creating a system. First of all, maybe we shouldn't be investing in illegal aliens, healthcare, and allowing Trende Aragua gang members to roam around our communities.
Nope.
We should be focused on, again, creating more facilities for these people, creating more treatments, supporting families more. And I think we do that, we can fund that through a lot of the dollars that we free up through my audits and through my Doge style audits, and all the taxpayer dollars that should be going to that issue. I'm very passionate about this because it is sad. A lot of these people can't help the way they are. And so we must approach it in a compassionate way. And so I'm gonna be honest with you, Danielle Bethel, she nailed it. She nailed it. I can't do better than that. Good job.
I noticed something, maybe you noticed too. I don't see any rich men from Richmond up here. Imagine that. Guess they can't handle the heat. Stay out of the governor's desk, right? Yeah. So Danielle Bethel is obviously, she's in a league above us in experience.
Just on that issue.
The thing I can tell
We'll see about that.
Just kidding. She's great. She's great.
The thing I can tell you is I ran into this Bethlehem Inn in Bend, Oregon, and they handle everything from alcoholics to drug addicts, homeless families, veterans, everybody. And they help them with resumes, getting interviews, and clothes for those interviews, and what have you. It's an amazing program. They don't use any federal or state funds. That's quite a program. I'm impressed. It's a great model. And the thing is that for the state of Oregon, there's a lot of great models out there that we can implement. We do not have to reinvent the wheel, reinvent the mousetrap, but there's always people who think they can do that. Isn't that amazing? People that think they can make a better mousetrap, heck, they can barely get themselves to work. Yeah, I got a problem with that too. I like people that are actually there at their desk behind the phone, so when somebody calls, somebody picks up. Is that really too much to ask? I don't think so. We're paying you to do the job, so do the job. In the meantime, for mental health, like I said, it is a real problem. It has to be addressed. Oregon Health Authority has plenty of money, although I'm going to be taking a big chunk of that away because those people, well, let's just say we didn't need them before. Certain departments we do. I think we can make that a whole lot more efficient. So, but otherwise, I have a short list because I know that as governor, we have about 1,600 positions to fill, committees, boards, what have you. It's going to take a lot of good qualified people that are vetted, that are going to do the job for Oregonians. And that's what I'll be focused on. So Danielle and David here. Yeah, they're definitely on the short list. So thank you.
Thank you very much. That concludes our formal question and answer. We are going to open it up to the audience, but for those physically able, can we give a standing ovation for these three?
Let's go. We love you, brother.
When they say blood, sweat, and tears, they're not joking. I've been a campaign manager before. and it is not for the weak, okay? So they are spending their very precious time. I want to open this up to the audience. I have a rule, though. I don't hand off my mic because it's very difficult to get it back. When I hand the audience member my mic. So, yes, we can make a line. Not everyone is physically able, so if you are.
What should I ask them?
Can I ask just a question real quick?
Yes, you can.
Please just ask a question. I don't need the story before it. So we want lots of people to ask questions today.
What should we ask them?
I love it. I love the transparency. All right, so we have a question line right here. Josh, can you say?
I'm not gonna, well, I mean, I ask questions all the time, but yeah. Yeah, we're gonna keep it real short and simple. These are gonna be very pointed Q and As. So we don't have to do blanketed answers. We're up here out of curiosity. If people have additional questions that they want from their candidates, let's
That's my
fulfill
phone.
that and just keep
We have
rolling.
an energetic line here, so this is very.
Very
exciting.
This is what
Sorry,
we're
sorry.
here for.
Yes, the people. Yes, thank you. Thank you all.
So real quick, just
Hey,
want
what's
to
up,
give a
Redoc?
quick announcement. This event is sponsored by Operation 1776. They're doing a lot of work behind the scenes on helping Oregon and Republicans and all
Sorry.
food and everything else. that
Sorry.
wouldn't be possible
Sorry.
without them.
Oh, you're good.
And so they're actually offering a 1 ounce, what is it, copper, a 1 ounce piece of copper, which folks, I promise you, if you're not paying attention to copper, I promise you, if you're investing, it's a great asset. I'm not a financial advisor. Okay. So we'll get to the questions. Thank you guys very much. And, go ahead.
All right, well, I just wanted to say, Danielle, and I'm sorry, I've known her for a long time. She told me 20 years ago she was gonna run for governor. I can't believe that she stood it now. So I've worked with her in capacities of getting out there and helping Salem, Kaiser, Little Leagues. And when they damaged those leagues, she called me up. She said, we need to get this fixed. And she was out there with our company fixing that. She was actually out there doing the work. And I really appreciated that. And then she called me about doing the cave football field years ago. And she was out.
Question.
All right, your question. Okay, I know I can. So the question to me is, I know what Danielle's done. What have you guys done in our communities, and what are you gonna do?
That's a great question. I appreciate the shout out for Danielle Bethel. That's great.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
You guys are great too. I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. You're good. You're good. We need more light in politics. It's like so dull. It's like so boring. We need more laughing. You're good, man. I don't care. Here's the thing. I'm a lifelong Oregonian. Okay. I have been on the ground for the past 6 to 7 to 8 years, talking to Oregonians, listening to Oregonians from all backgrounds. And one of the things that I've been doing is I have been confronting that evil that we face. You guys have you seen my videos, sir? Have you seen online? You guys have seen my videos? I've been confronting this head on. I've been giving all of you more of a voice, more of a megaphone over the last 6 to 7 years. I have been giving Oregonians the voice that they've desperately needed, that the Republican Party itself couldn't give. I have been in the fire, in the belly of the beast. I'm a small business owner. I'm a father. I have been doing this for a long time, a lifelong Oregonian, and I have been exposing the corruption. And I'm going to continue doing that as your governor, if she doesn't.
Where's the bathroom at?
It's right there.
I gotta pee so bad. I gotta go pee so bad.
Lost time in education. I needed to know the inside track, not somebody else's lip service, not the hidden stuff that Kay Brown and Kotek put out, but the real problems, and talk to the principals, talk to the teachers. So for me, this is the big part of the community involvement I've done the last year and a half, is primarily with education, because I know how important it is. I know what we have to do to make sure that our young people have a shot at everything that we did. So there you go.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. Your turn, sir. All right. Now we know who it was.
I appreciate you guys coming. First of all, I know it's gonna be real quick. I gotta be at 33 RPM, somebody told me. Appreciate you coming and listening to the will of the people. It's so nice to see these young folks come here, people empowered, walk the block and everything else. The main point is this. We have trees that's become a fire industrial complex. The property taxes were almost $700 a month in this state. The question, all three of you, Are you going to go through and make sure we get back to cutting 5.2 billion more feet of wood and take the pressure off the taxpayers, that property taxpayers?
Thank you, Marty. That's a really important question. So Oregon has 17 timber counties with a combination, 53% of our land federally owned between the United States Forest Service and BLM. Absolutely, I will when I'm governor, and I'm doing it right now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to do one question for one candidate. So when you come up here, let us know which candidate you want to hear from. I apologize, we have an enthusiastic line we need to get through.
We're all gonna be here for a little bit afterwards too.
Yes. There you go.
Okay, so, my figure is for, Medina.
Right here, here.
Our public school system and the problems that I myself am an educator major and would like to be a public school teacher and try and fix the system from the inside. Public school.
Thank you guys for all the super chats. You guys are killing it.
Not just, woke union leadership, they need smaller class sizes. So as governor, what are things we will do to help public school teachers and make that system work better for the teachers?
Yeah, that's great. I think you nailed it with the teachers unions. I think they're out of control. That's where a lot of our policies, our DI policies, and the Democrats that get elected here in the state, a lot of them get elected with the help of the teachers unions. The teachers unions, it should be a good thing. It is a good thing in some ways, but they become the political arm of the Democrat Party, and they are doing nothing to help education in the state. So what I would do is support groups like Freedom Foundation, Teachers Freedom Alliance, the groups that are actually holding teachers unions accountable. And I would also empower you as an educator. I've spoken to many educators around Oregon that feel like they have lost control of their classroom. We live in this twisted culture where it's like the authority figure has been swapped, and it's on purpose. It's on purpose to put the kids in charge and put the parents and the educators in the back seat. And either the kids will be in charge or the government.
Definitely washed my hands.
As governor, I'm going to flip that background, put you in charge. We want to keep good educators. We want to get the woke ones out of here that are just concerned about pressing their ideologies on the kids. I want to get those teachers out of here, and I want to get the good performing teachers to stay, and the teachers that actually love the job, like it seems like you do, want to empower you and get them to stay. So I would do that as governor, get the teachers unions grip off of our education system as much as possible. And I would also support school choice. We need to increase competition. We need to increase competition to hold our public school system accountable to get them to perform better.
All right.
Thank you for the question.
I just want to say hello to Daniel, that's all.
Yeah. Danielle, how much you pay these people to come up and sit?
These are my constituents from Northeast Salem who did work their community.
Question for you, Danielle.
Yes, sir.
Is there a better way for the Republican Party to select the governor on merit, talent, skill, knowledge, rather than how much money you raise?
You would have to ask people who keep raising money and not showing up for debates. Excuse me, sir.
Hi all, real quick, that lady that wanted to say hi to Danielle cut this entire line to do so, and that is the problem with this entire state. That's not my question.
My chat loves you, by the way.
So, no, it is.
My chat loves you, by the way.
And that's the problem with the state.
Yeah.
Good job.
You're doing great. Killing it.
Anyway, we can all agree that Measure 110 was a disaster.
Yeah, I'm in line.
I have worked for 20 years helping people with psychedelic assisted therapy. Okay? This includes.
I think I'm gonna ask this dude that's talking right now if he'll come on our show.
Every single one of them agrees that this stuff works better than anything else on the planet. What are each of your opinions, yes or no? Will you consider psychedelic therapy as governor? Yes or no?
Yeah, I told you the other day, I want to say another thing to you, brother. I told you the other day I would look into it because, there's different treatments, but I told you I'm going to say the same thing now. I don't think giving people more drugs.
That's not that.
I told her you guys love her.
Maybe I'm ignorant on that, so I'm going to I will look into it because I like looking at all solutions. But here's the thing, brother. Portland needs Jesus.
Yes. Yes.
And it's
yes.
It's okay if you don't believe in God.
I'm not an atheist.
I'm just saying it's okay if anybody's atheist, it's okay.
I'm not telling anybody she's fine. I have a wife.
You're not already.
I have looked into Jesus my entire life. I am not a Christian.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, this isn't. the
That's
time to
okay.
do that.
Well, you know,
We can talk about it.
it is actually.
I'd like to hear the other candidates. I'd like to hear the
Go
other
ahead, guys,
candidates.
go ahead.
I'm a veteran, okay? And I know veterans who benefited from that treatment,
Thank you for saying that in front of all these.
okay?
Hear that.
No, this is true. And the thing is that the studies that were done so good way back in the past, they shut it down. And I understand that. The studies in the beginning by the government, CIA, everybody else.
I wrote a whole book on this.
Well, you understand, okay. So very simply, there's a lot of things we just don't quite understand. And what you see right now, there's just, hold on. No,
Let's let him
that
answer.
person doesn't know and understand. Okay, so the thing is that we're in the age of disclosure right now. We have some crazy things coming out of Congress. I spent 10 years in the Navy with a very high security clearance. I have a 50-year non-disclosure agreement, goes to 2046. And already there's stuff coming out that I know about,
Patriot United, absolutely. We need religion.
talking about our UFOs that were.
We need
I
Christianity.
can tell you what we're being reverse engineering. I'll tell you, the Navy has 4 different patented craft. Listen, there's a whole lot of things coming out that's going to help our health and well-being in the future, very near future. And all I can say is just keep an open mind, guys. You may not know about this stuff, but the fact is you will. So just be patient and be kind, because there's people out there that have a little more insight. And as that comes to the front, you're gonna be kind of excited, to be honest. So I know I am.
When I said enthusiastic, I wasn't kidding. All
God
right, Commissioner.
bless you, bro.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so my name is Tyler. I've been doing security work for almost 6 years, and I'd like to actually know from either one of you, what exactly we're doing in order to help our state's security, as far as all the work policies and the stuff that have prevented us from being able to do a lot of work that we want to do.
Are you talking about the fact that the Constitution, the Oregon, they removed the militia?
That, but also some of the low policies that have been instilled in the state. That,
Are you talking about the overregulations through DPSST?
yes,
Yeah, so at the end of the day, we have all these agencies that reach too far outside the scope of their mission and tell people as a whole what to do. And right now they're trying to create what I consider community security, like law enforcement, and they have a lot of regulations.
Thank God, DKGB for penicillin. Yep, you're absolutely right.
Should be appropriately applied to the work that you do. And if you want to scale up and be armed.
Thank you.
I believe you should have your proper training to do that, just like anybody who's in law enforcement or any other federal agency. But DPSST needs to be pulled back, and we need to be able to permit and license organizations like yours and the friends that you work with properly for the work you're seeking, not as a whole entity in a giant well swoop.
What's your main issue with DPSST? You said the woke stuff? All the tape, all the red tape, and all the stuff that's kind of making it. What's your biggest issue with it?
so a lot of this kind of comes from policies and other stuff that have been created due to a lot of the state laws and other stuff. And I've actually prevented us from doing a lot of things when it comes to armed security of our military.
Like, can you give an example? Because I think this is good for people to know.
Things like basically stopping security guards in certain areas from being armed. Also stopping us from being able to have more of a say on what types of policies and things that can stop bad guys from doing what they're doing. I don't think it's being talked enough about, because there's a lot of stuff in the past that have basically done a catch and release, as you guys also know. I'd like to see a lot of that end, and I'd like to be able to see it not only end when it comes to the law enforcement being able to put a foot down, but us as security as well.
Yeah, so I'll hit that real quick. So you're saying that, you know, as a security professional here in Oregon, you're kind of being held back from doing your job. Some areas you can't go in because there are no gun zones. Am I getting that right? And then also, you know, I think, you know, as you're allowed to detain if you witness the crime, correct? And you're saying there's constraints on that?
Yeah, so there's some things that are stopping us from being able to do it because they threaten our jobs and try to.
Yeah, so it's just common sense. We're gonna bring common sense back to our government, common sense back. We're gonna let police officers do their job, fund them, not defund them, and support security professionals like you, man. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you.
Well, damn it, Tyler stole mine, because I was gonna talk about some of the minor crimes that are being let go and being overlooked and written off as almost a parking ticket all across the state, whether it's Salem, Portland, Central Oregon, Eastern Oregon, right? It doesn't really matter where it's at. We're letting the smaller crimes go
Can
on.
I just jump in front of you to answer this question? Because I know what you're asking. So Senate Bill 48 passed in 2021, the catch and release bill, actually right now has an initiative petition that you should all sign. It's probably out front to return the law back to law enforcement access. Law enforcement is trained under the Constitution of both the state and the feds, and they should be able to apply force where necessary and hold people accountable based on all crimes. Right
Yes.
now in Oregon, a variety of misdemeanor crimes and compounded misdemeanor crimes don't even go into jail. They basically get a talking to by law enforcement. Very, very, very large population of drug-related crimes don't get held accountable in our community because of Senate Bill 48. They have taken all the local control authority away from law enforcement, the sheriff, the district attorney, the presiding judge, and we have to repeal that law. Every Oregonian should stand up for it. Repeal Senate Bill 48. Go sign the petition.
Love it. Exactly what I want to do. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry to cut you off, but there's like 8 people behind you.
We really do need to limit it to one candidate.
Okay, this will be for Mr. Medina. Let's say you won the primary and Oregon has a ton of non-affiliated voters. How are you, as the candidate going into November, how are you going to persuade non-affiliated voters to vote for you?
That's a great question. Well, they're already supporting me. We just had one flip at the executive club, at Jeff Kropp's executive club, said that she was going to flip to Republican just to vote for me. There is this lie that's being pushed on conservatives and Republicans in this state. It's to keep you in fear and to keep you going towards the safe candidates. You guys, they want us to apologize for our beliefs. They want us to water down our beliefs, and they want us to allow the Democrats to write our story. I'm telling you right now, as someone that's been on the ground in Portland, the most liberal, the most leftist city in the state, I have heard from Democrats, I have heard from non-affiliated voters who not only support my work, but now support my campaign. So they're already there. And any narrative that you talk to anybody from, whether it's the other opponents or from the media or from anybody that says, oh, Medina can't turn out. Yes.
So I hear a lot of you complaining about what our issues are. I want to know what your solution is. What is your plan?
Yeah, for what? I mean, that could
What
be,
you are going to do, how you're going to persuade these people.
what I'm trying to say is they have been supporting me. I've been hearing from, that's a big reason why I jumped in the race actually, is because I've heard from, we had a Democrat speak at our very first rally. It's still a registered Democrat that said, you know what, I'm with you because people want strength, ma'am. They want strength. They don't care. It's not Republican, Democrat anymore. It's not non-affiliated voters. It's literally good versus evil. We are in a fight for the soul of our state right now. And people want a strong candidate that will not be afraid to solve issues.
So let me answer that real quick. It's a matter of platform. My platform, my contract with Oregonians, whether they're Democrat, NAV, they all support it. They all want it. So it's a matter of messaging. Thing is, I don't have to change my messaging from one group to the next. It's the same. And it appeals and benefits everybody. So I think that's really how we unify Oregon.
Excellent. Thank you.
So David, when you become governor, right? I know you are in favor of ending sanctuary cities and all that. Are you gonna force the police to cooperate with ICE and release the illegals to ICE? And what are you gonna do about the two-tier policing, especially in Portland down at the ICE facility where they're Antifa's going crazy, attacking people, and the police are doing absolutely nothing about it?
Folks, this is why you need a fighter that actually is not bought and paid for by the political system. Because what I will do as someone that's in charge as governor, in charge of the state police and the National Guard, I'll do everything I can to enforce our laws and put the pressure on cities like Portland to stop enabling this illegal crime wave and the drugs and the homelessness. I will get in there and actually, if Portland won't fix our problems, we will.
Yes.
Because that's what the majority of businesses, it's what the majority of citizens want. So yes, and Tommy, thank you for your kind words. Lord willing, brother.
God bless you, bro. Christ is king.
I think we need a nice big city right in the middle of the highway for the people.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Thank you.
Oh, shit. It's about mental health. She's also one of my constituents.
Oregon mental health system has no.
No, you're good. You're good.
When a person falls through the cracks,
Hand me
our
that.
agency says that's not possible. What will you do to create a single accountable
Go ask a question and you'll get one.
responsible for outcomes, not just services?
So this is what I do right now. We bring people into our community space as a local mental health authority, and we assess the individual. And then we fight like hell upwards to try to get those agencies to do their job. As governor, I will force them to do their job collaboratively. We have too many siloed systems at the state level. Right now, we do not even have release of of service between DHS and OHA. It's ridiculous that we have these multi-billion-dollar agencies that can't share information across program lines. In your particular situation, the services that your son receives, you should have one case manager that can reach into every single system and serve him directly. The system should not serve itself. It should serve you and your son. And I know how to design that right now. And you're gonna help me.
Excellent answer. All right.
Hello, my name is Peyton. I'm a high school student here in Salem. I was just wondering what your approach to working with the state legislature would be. And because I can only ask one, I should ask all of you. I will ask you, Medina. No, I'm good. Hey, man, thank you so much for being here. And I love it that you're involved, man. We got to get more young people involved, and we will get more young people involved. That's going to be a big part of my administration. So working with legislature, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough, especially if it's a supermajority again with all Democrats. Here's the thing.
Thank you.
Peyton, it's not that the Democrats win in Oregon, it's that we lose. Our party needs to be strengthened. This is why I entered the race, because I looked at the Republican Party. God bless them. We have some amazing Republicans in the party right now. But big part of my administration is strengthening our Republican Party. My goodness, how much more are we going to let the Democrats and the political elite mow us over and bully us into submission while they destroy our state? So a big part of what I want to do is I want to strengthen our party. I want to help get those.
I love how he comes out to talk to us. He doesn't stay back there. Like he's really into it, you know?
These seats. So a big part of what I want to do in my administration, because this has to be for the future, brother, we have to strengthen our party and build a formidable machine to finally take out these evil people that are destroying Oregon.
And I'm gonna answer this really quick, and so does Paul, because we think this is important. So we have 90 elected.
David for the win all day, bro.
I believe it's important to know the origin as to why they're in office, whether they're just ideologically agenda driven or if they're there to make an outcome. And I have the relationships right now with the people in the building, and I'm watching the people running, and I will know the people who get elected and why they're there, and I will hold them accountable for the things that they said as governor. But what's more important is the relationship. They have a goal in mind.
Yep,
and they have
exactly, climatics.
to get there because of the power of the pen. Line item veto and veto as a whole is a really important tool that I will utilize very aggressively against anybody who's going to do anything to harm Oregon. But more importantly, I want to help them succeed as to why they were elected by the people in their districts.
Very simple. Come on, scare the kids out of it. It's called leverage. It's called exposure.
I don't know
We
why.
have an awful lot of.
My chat doesn't either.
Until
I don't know.
aggress- and aggressively, they're gonna keep doing what they do.
Sweet.
The other issue
Yeah.
is this.
I don't
All
know.
of you, Oregonians,
This guy too.
it's a matter of putting things in front of you and
Yep.
then letting that pressure force them to do the right thing. And that's what it comes down to. Most Oregonians, you're just kind of a bit too trusting, right? Well, you see kind of what it goes, right? Well, it's a matter of stepping up and really holding people accountable. But having all of you in our back, oh, we win every time.
Yes,
Like I said, I'm not afraid to go in there and actually say, by the way, every legislator here is going to be audited, not just your war chest, but you personally. And if I find anybody coming back from the nonprofits here in the state, well, your ass is not belong. So.
Hey, Peyton, you know what we're not going to be doing? Compromising with the Democrats on policies that hurt Oregonians. That's why Oregonians will be put first. That's why you need to get me.
Yeah,
Say, Daniel.
I agree. Chris had a date. I'm gonna ask that dude to come on our show.
And hang on, Paige. I want you to look around because I go to these events often and the average age is 60 and there's nothing against the average age of 60, but I want to just say this is our future right here.
Yes. Let's go.
I see it. So this is very encouraging. We want you, your peers should be looking up to you. I'm sure they already are. But thank you for coming out and spending your evening doing this.
Thank you. Make Oregon great again.
Yes. Make Oregon great again. I agree.
Okay, I have kind of a, maybe it's a tough question, I don't know. What is going to be your energy policy in Oregon that does not disrupt the ocean, our high deserts, and wild animal species?
Nuclear, natural gas, and hydropower. So we have, right now it's in our constitution that we can't do nuclear, but we will work to make that go away. We right now should have a seat at the Washington State table where they're building a new nuclear site that I have already toured to understand how it can generate power for Oregon.
Yes.
Also, I am fighting right now as a county commissioner to incentivize hydropower and not decentivize it, make it costly for everybody through small co-ops. And in natural gas, I already said I would repeal the CPP on day one, and I absolutely will do that. In fact, Marion County is the only county in the state right now trying to expand natural gas, particularly to our Sandium Canyon area, because it's one of the most moldable powers right now that we have access to during hot seasons and cold seasons. We have to have a thoughtful plan. I said that earlier.
that a microphone?
Needs to be turned loose to create a stable plan around transmission and generation. And we need to go back to the table and make sure that we can go back to technology that is better refined today and utilize it. We need nuclear in Oregon.
I agree with that, but I also maybe it would help not letting AI data centers invade our state and pollute our waters and pollute our.
Yes.
At the same time, straining the electrical grid that we're all paying like unholy prices for right now for our electricity kids. You don't know how bad it is to treat your parents good, please, because they're paying electricity.
And also, I do have a background in oil field service industry. So getting a new refinery in Eastern Oregon, we also have, most people don't know this, we have a nuclear waste repository that's full in Southeast Oregon. And with the microreactors that are available to us, we can actually start using that waste. So it's a way to turn it, make it inert. These are the type of things we need to do. But of course, no matter what we're doing, whether it's oil or natural gas, is making sure that none of it's interfering with our green space. We like our trees, we like our fresh air and our clean water. By the way, I think today, our RK Junior basically just outlawed all geochemical chemtrails. That just happened today. So that's a big deal. I'm tired of seeing an oil slick in my wheelbarrow that doesn't have oil in it.
My daughter, Medina only has one daughter. She's a senior.
Speaking to the microphone. All right.
I'm Barbara Call. I'm running for Congressional District 1, which is Western Multnomah County, Washington County, Columbia, Clatsop, and Tillamook County.
Let's take out Bonamici and put her in office.
Yeah.
All right. That's it, huh? All right. Thank you for running. We appreciate it. All right. Eat the mic.
That's right. 30 seconds.
Yes. Hi, my name is Rebecca Green from Washington County. I would like to know who among you, and you can do a hand raise or you can talk. I'm probably gonna get slammed for this, but who among you would publicly support IP 37 voter ID for Oregon, also known as AKA?
Let's be real. I 100% support that. I support showing a passport to vote in Oregon because anybody, including illegal immigrants, can have access to a driver's license for ID for all. Okay, we need enough birthright documentation from this country to vote.
Birth certificates, marriage certificates.
And vote by mail, stop the cheating. That's all I'm saying.
Facts. Based. Common sense.
Saying no, like you get some rich men from Richmond. Yeah, well, you know who not to vote for, don't you?
Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you, Oregon.
That should be an automatic answer.
37.org. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Becky. Yes, sir.
Hello, my name is Barrett. My name is Barrett Schmidt. This question is for David Medina. I heard a lot of heated rhetoric tonight about the radical left. My question is, will you actually go across the aisle to get familiar with your opponents and not just call them bad?
Yeah, so here's the thing is, I call them the radical left, but really it's a corrupt political machine that we're dealing with. I'm sorry, some Republicans too. And man, I'll just extend on what I said earlier. You guys have seen my work. I love finding common ground. In fact, that's what my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ tells us to do, is to love people, find common ground. We do, but I am not going to compromise on policies that hurt Oregonians and hurt our children. I won't compromise. I won't cross the aisle with policies that hurt you and your family, sir. So here's the thing: is
I get the chills every time he answers. It's crazy.
Policies that are good for. Or I have a friend a Democrat friend in the legislature. He's one of the representatives in Portland. I have a lot of Democrat friends, believe it or not. I've worked with trans people. I've worked with gay people. Here's the thing: I love everybody, but when it comes to your livelihood and your family's livelihood and your education and your future, no, I'm not going to compromise on policies that are going to hurt that.
Thank you.
Should I go up and ask her if she knows?
Thank you.
Good question, bro.
as a woman coming into this race, how can you convince voters who have watched women destroy our state for the last?
No, I'm not gonna. I was just joking.
I mean, I think in general, I have heard the same thing, like, oh, we don't want another woman in there. I'm not a liberal woman. I am a truthful, honest, powerful woman that stands up for the values that I believe in and have been elected to be. And I execute on the things that I say. There is not a question in the mind of a citizen, whether they voted for me or not in this county, that I have not followed through on the things that I said I was going to do when I ran for office both times. What I think is important in this race isn't the gender, it's the truth and the depth. And I am frustrated that we have people in the legislature that supported me and showed up in this race late after I have done the work over the last year on the coattails of what I have done over the last year because they're men and they think that they should jump in front of me. I'm done with that. I have earned this. I have worked very hard over the last year. I mean, we could talk about you later if you'd like, but still, the gender thing doesn't matter. It has to do with the depth of the policy and the fact that I will stand on the stage with anybody, including the governor herself in November, and take her on and explain to her why she has failed at this job. And it's because she doesn't believe in the outcomes that the state deserves. She doesn't know how to get those outcomes because she's never done the work. And she only cares about herself. I think men and women alike in this race have that in common. It doesn't mean I'm not worried about my gender. They should be worried about who I am as a human.
It's a matter of going to work. I think everybody up here is committed to doing exactly that.
Hi, my name is Ruthie Smith and I am a UCP person and I would like to ask to know. In McClay, when they got awarded 300 acres, somebody under the table, what happened?
Are you talking about the VA? So they haven't gotten awarded those acres yet. So what she's asking me right now, and this is something for everybody that lives in Marion County, because it's something I'm working on very deeply. There's a winery out in the Clay area, which is a very rural community that is outside the urban growth boundary. Sunnyvale 100, which Paul Romero talked about,
Yeah.
prefers that area as a county.
You're not wrong, climatics.
Municipal services, meaning it will never be connected to water, sewer, or any type of technology under the earth. Right now, the Department of Veterans Affairs federally wants to site an extension of the Willamette Cemetery into that community because it's within the 50-mile boundary, and some guy wants to sell his EFU property, his farming property. That community has my support to relocate that destination to over to the Turner Kubler area where there is municipal services and property available under Chris Blackburn that could create a very beautiful cemetery to honor our veterans. I am fighting right now. I was just in Washington, D.C. talking to the federal administration about this. I have submitted lots of testimony. The Board of Commissioners is backing the McClay community to say, farming first, protect our water, protect our communities, we deserve to be heard. And I will continue to fight for that. I will also continue to fight for veterans because they should have the most beautiful, accessible place to rest for their families to visit. But it should not be at the harm of the greater community.
We call that common sense.
Like what you said about the farmers first and everything. Also, IP 28.
I like meat. Let's say no to IP 28.
So I would just like to know what you're gonna do to.
You can't eat bugs.
Our hunting rights.
Who do you want to hear from? It is IP 28. Yeah, and I'm opposed to it. I believe all of us are. Raise your hand if you're opposed to IP 28.
Hey, good news, Democrats are opposed to it.
Yeah, it'll get on the ballot, I suspect, but I do not believe it'll pass in November. And if you want to follow along with it, watch Angela Todd on PDX Real because she's right now organizing a coalition of response that will make sure Oregonians understand what that is about and vote it down in November.
So something to take note on that whole IP 28 is that two of the sponsors on that are from North Carolina. They're not even Oregonian. So obviously.
That's crazy.
Fixed within the legislature.
The funding's from California.
Excellent question. Thank you. Thank you for the
Funding's from
question.
California and sponsors from North Carolina. Imagine that. Yeah.
Thank you all for being here. And the ones that didn't make it, just.
They chose not to make it. They didn't just not make it.
Wow, big, that's.
Losers take the walk.
Yeah, and
Here's the
Paul,
thing, here's the thing, guys.
I have to say to Paul,
Thank you.
I didn't.
Who didn't
know
show
you
up?
were Running, but when you started talking about like.
Oh, yeah.
Getting rid
Oh,
of
okay.
property taxes and income taxes, you got my attention. I want to know what your thoughts are on that. And is it a possibility as a almost retiree, thinking about leaving the state because of the taxes on my retirement income, the property taxes, the art tax, the da.
Art
What?
tax.
Getting rid of all those
It's got
taxes.
to go.
We're gonna get rid of all that. And as far as the property tax, I don't necessarily know constitutionally how we're going to do that, of just getting rid of property taxes or freezing them. But we can expand the incentives on property taxes for you. We can lower the burden on you, get rid of things like the death tax, get rid of everything that's the art tax, like you talked about, get rid of all those things. The thing too is also the counties, they rely a lot on the property tax. So we would have to, figure out how to fund, where the county's gonna get their funding from and maybe you want to hit on this. But yeah, thank you for being here. And I don't want to bash.
You got my attention. You got my
Here's the
attention.
thing, there's this thing called an allodial title, and unfortunately, we can't really get an actual one. Allodial title normally will prevent anybody from taxing your property ever, okay? But I think it's called a fee simple title, and that greatly decreases that ability until the federal government goes, I'm gonna tax you anyway. It comes down to who's in office, who's running the show. So there are ways to prevent it. Ultimately, the goal is this: more money that stays in all your pockets, the more money that gets spent in our economy that builds our economy. What they're doing is taking money out of your pockets, which basically spirals us down into oblivion. That's what's killing our economy. And I'll tell you now, I firmly believe they're doing it on purpose. We have an issue with China's approach with the state, something we need to ask some serious questions about. Well, because I know all of the insights track on that. It is ugly, and there's a whole lot of Democrats and Republicans involved.
I like you.
Thank you.
I really don't know, especially as one big.
Sorry. Are you gonna ask me a question? Oh, yeah. Well, it's after 7 o'clock, so it should be good. It's free. After. Oh. Oh, because you're caught. Yeah.
Been thinking about moving out of state. You guys can be helpful.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for operating during this time.
You guys feel good about that? Changing lives here. Joshua?
Okay, that was great. First of all, I want to thank every single person that stuck out for here. This Q&A was great. I feel like it's very insightful. It's very healthy for everybody. First of all, I want to thank these candidates for being here, standing on here. That is a long time to be under this light, is it not? Give them a round of applause. That takes perseverance and commitment, and this is the type of commitment that we want for this state. So thank you guys very much. I assume you're going to be sticking around and people have more questions. I know people were lining up for more questions. If you have more personal questions, you want to reach out to them, hang out around the lobby here. I'm sure you'll see them wandering around. Also,
We have business cards too, so you can call us. I know, it's great.
yes. Okay, thanks you guys. We can dismiss you guys, and I'm gonna let everybody get out of here. Give a round of applause again.
That was great. He did great, though.
So, Eric, Kristen.
David did amazing. He always does. Where is? Oh, I was like, where did you go? Can I see my sweater? It's pointing at me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You want your sweater?
Yeah, I'm cold. I want to take a drag of a cigarette before I come and ask David a couple questions. No, I want to talk to some people. I want to find that dude that was talking about the mushrooms. I want to ask him to come on the show. Huh? Is this locked? That was really good. That was really good. Oh shit, somebody's losing their mind. What is happening over there? God bless you. DKGB, what up? Thank you.
The NASCAR Rosie, run. Absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. I had ADHD in there hella bad, bro. So hard for me to sit still for so long. Is it locked? Oh shit. They left already? Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, it's at me. Let me see. You like my new side? Oh shit. I love you, bro.
Love you, man.
You did amazing, bro. You were like your aura is 10 times more than any of those people in there, bro. Yep. It's always good to see you. Hey, you should come on to our weekly show, Tuesday, Town Hall Tuesdays. I'm gonna message you. I know. I know you're super busy all the time, but if you have time one day. Oh yeah, for sure. No, I think he's getting ready to leave. Hey, David, what was that dude's name with the mushroom for the mushroom dude? Tom. He left already, huh? Man. David knows. You know. You already know. Did you know that trans women are men?
Yeah.
Of course he does. That's a basic.
Male and female.
God created male and female. Oh shit. Look at my new sign. It's the only DEI we get behind. Deporting every illegal. You like my new sign? It's not as heavy as hell. I can carry it around. It's great. You guys like our new sign? DEI, deport every illegal. It's the only DEI we get behind. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go get me and my wife are gonna go get something to eat and get on our way home. I think I might go say bye to people. The only one that I really was worried about was David. Oh, and Travis. I gotta get a hug from Travis. Hey, Travis, give me a hug. It's good to see you, bro.
Great to see you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Yep. All right, you guys. Like the sign? DEI? DEI?